Welcome to the home of the Conversations with Concerned Citizens podcast. Here we talk about real-world issues in hopes to come to a solution. We are a solution-based podcast. We are your hosts, the Lurker and Godmomma. Please hit the like and subscribe if you're new here. We'll start the show shortly. The Conversations with Concerned Citizens podcast. The Conversations with Concerned Citizens podcast. The Conversations with Concerned Citizens podcast.
It is.
We
I was
welcome
about to say,
back. That was cute, Godmomma. I think that might be
hey,
my favorite one.
mine too. Had
That
all
might be,
our little shows in it.
yeah. Okay. I see you keeping it worth the 44. Okay. I love it. What's up, Nikki Cryon? Oh,
Hey,
wait, hit that up light,
Fran.
Nikki. Child, it's been a minute since we've been over here again.
Exactly.
I keep saying that every time we go. It's been a minute. Hey, y'all, welcome back to the Concerned Citizens podcast. We are your hosts. I am the Lurker, and we have Godmomma. Ooh, we.
Hey, y'all. You was just here with Auntie, though.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah. Dang, I forgot about that. We didn't even talk about
Mm-hmm.
that in the pre-show. Yeah, because we sure could have pulled up some clips from that. I should have clipped some of that up. I had fun
Yeah,
over there.
that was
I
a
had,
really good show.
was it?
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
enjoyed it. I
Okay.
enjoyed it. I was in the chat, moderating the chat, screaming.
You was
Okay,
banging.
I was. I was banging
You
in the chat.
Yeah, you were. And I seen we had Mean Mug over here that night. Look, the some of the old school, the OG Black Sector kind of popped in the chat, and I do appreciate them. That was fun. That was a
Mm-hmm.
fun show. And we do need to do another one. Auntie, if you're in the bushes or catching the replay, we definitely have to bring those twin brothers back. I loved them. I
Yes.
really did. It was fun. Good times.
Yes, and I have some questions that I need to ask them as well. Okay.
Yeah, that was my first time meeting them, so I didn't really know how to go, where to go. And I was trying
Yeah,
to
it
be
was good
nice.
though. It
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah, it was. So shout out to them. Shout out to the Reels twins was their names. The Reels twins. Jason and James, identical twins. One is MAGA, one is not.
Mm.
Yeah. Good stuff over there. Oh, we y'all, but other than being over on Auntie's, it's been a minute since we just kind of chopped it up with y'all. This isn't really a podcast show. This is a kind of not really get it off our chest moment, but can we be honest? Can we be honest with each other? Can we receive criticism, critiquing? Can we receive love? Because some
Mhm.
people, have a hard time with that. Can we put our walls down just for tonight? Y'all can put them back up tomorrow, but just for this little quick little stuff. You know what I'm saying? What's up, me mug? Hi, baby.
Hey, me mug.
Well, we're not here to disrespect the people. We're here to attack the idea. Nikki.
Mhm.
Nikki calling them bozos. What's up, me mug? Oh, wait. Not double bozos. I enjoyed them. Nikki. What does that make me? Triple bozo? Does that make me a triple bozo, Nikki?
Triple the bozo. It's you.
Yeah, possibly. I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked. Listen, y'all. There's a lot going on in the world, which I'm sure you guys are all aware of. If you are a concerned citizen, we're all aware of there's a lot going on and the holidays
Mhm.
are coming. It's getting cold outside. People, are feeling some type of way.
Yeah.
But again, can we be honest? Can we be honest? And we got a show for y'all tonight, so get comfy. We're not gonna be here for a long time. We're gonna be here for a good time. Oh wait.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Can we be honest? Because I don't really think we can at
Well, and
the
I
end
don't
of
think
the day.
people are being honest. I think people are living behind a facade. I think
Mhm.
people are living behind a foggy wall of just not being able to see clearly, right? And
Right.
can we break through that fog a little bit? Let's just y'all get back to reality of what really is going on in your day-to-day life.
Mhm.
I mean, if it wasn't presidential election season, would we be this hyped? Would we be
No.
this disgruntled?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
mean, okay, let's just check the temperature of the last 4 years. Have we been disgruntled? Have we been hyped? Uh, no, we have not. When the election between Trump and Biden happened, we were disgruntled, we were hyped. When the election between Trump and Hillary happened, we were disgruntled and hyped. This is an ongoing pattern.
Mhm. And when Obama and Bush and all that, yeah. Mhm.
Yes, we were hyped, and and then we dwindle down as a community because we realize, most of us anyways, realize that we're living in a delusional, fear-based reality,
Mm.
uh, where there is nothing to be fearful of in a sense. Um,
Mhm.
major changes can happen with or without a new president, right?
Mhm.
They happen all the time.
Mhm. Mhm.
All the time. States are constantly making new laws or regulations or codes, or there's always something going on.
Mhm. There's death, police brutality, there's tax increases, inflation, all these other things that are happening throughout the year, right?
Mhm.
Insurance hikes, um, all of those things. But it seems like we save it until the presidential election and we're like, we're going to hold it all in until presidential election. Why? 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 Delusional reality? All right. Hold on, y'all. My co-host had a word this rising, and that's how I kind of want to start the show with y'all. Okay. And I'm gonna share it so we can read it together, family. Y'all know how I am.
Embarrassed.
This came from good old Godmomma today, 12 hours ago. She was up early, feeling it. And look how pretty she is. Godmomma's gorgeous.
Thank
So this
you.
is what Godmomma had to say. She says, I've come to realize that a lot of people live in a state of paranoia, fear, and delusion. The big and bad boogeyman is around the corner, waiting on you, the helpless victim. When the Most High is in you, what is there to fear, be paranoid of, or even create a false sense of reality for yourself? The Most High didn't create victims. The Most High created warriors, advocates, healers, and helpers. Low key, I'm disappointed. All this spiritual shit people bump out their mouths like, I am God. I am a master teacher. I can manifest all things. Fuck your sky daddy. But their actions and words scream fear, paranoia, and division. I'm convinced that many of you need professional help to elevate some of those paranoid delusions. I'm just saying. See y'all soon. My sabbatical is almost over.
Mhm. To
Oh,
alleviate
we.
some of those symptoms, because y'all I don't know. I'm with you, me mother. A lot of people are in a frenzy, hey, observing stuff, and they should just relax because people are losing their shit. Last show
Mhm.
we had, we showed you where women were cutting their hair, joining the 4B movement, advocating for women to divorce their husbands, not have any more children, fight back against the system. And I have the question of where does that lead us as women in the system? If we divorce our husbands, we stop having children, and we just go be with other women.
Ew. No, thank you.
What and that is not to take away from any of intelligent women. But again, time has proven to us that reality is the sisterhood is not healed yet. We are far from being healed. We have dark-skinned women and light-skinned women still in 2024 arguing with each other about colorism. We are not healed yet. So how can we say that we're going to throw away men, we're going to throw away this, and we're all going to join in together? That sounds like some toxic
Mm,
femininity to me.
mhm. Come on, Godmomma.
It
Come on.
sounds like I want to be a victim, I want to tuck my tail, and I want to run and hide.
Mm-hmm. Cowarding. That's being a coward. If we're warriors, if we have the Most High, like you said, in us, why is there insecurities built up? Why is there jealousy built up? Why? If God's in you, God's in me, let it be.
Mhm.
I might be able to,
And I should fear no man.
and I
Isn't
should
that what
fear no
God says?
man.
I should
Mm-hmm.
fear no man.
Mm. Come
Whether
on.
you subscribe to the Bible, the Babel, the Quran, the Kabbalah, whatever text you follow or don't follow,
Mm-hmm.
that is usually a statement in there. I fear no man.
Mm-hmm. No weapon against me shall prosper.
Okay.
Hmm.
And so
Same
now
here,
it's
Nikki. Sorry.
now it's like, are we no, it's like, are we is up until this point, has everything just been uh malarkey? Has it just been some bullshit for you to drain people's pockets for?
Mm-hmm.
Because when it's time to really put your feet in the ground and do the work to quote unquote save the Black woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to close, majority want to close their doors and say no more. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
James.
Hey, Lane. Mm-hmm. Come on, Godmama. Come on, Godmama.
But we're supposed to be the healers. We're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be we're supposed to be God, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
The
Shri.
creators. The creators, right?
Right.
We give life to what? Fear, paranoia, delusion? What are we giving life to right now? Women. Hey, Shree Bear.
Hey,
Hi,
504.
504. Every single one of y'all better hit the like, and every single one of y'all better share us out. Thank you. What are we giving life to? What are we teaching our youngers? Because Godmama, I think you and I can. I don't want to speak for you, but I think you and I can agree that we have come from a long line of women that have instilled strength, resilience, respect, integrity, regardless of what's going on around us.
Mhm.
Okay, because we've had some elders before us that went through way more than a Trump presidency,
Amen.
and they outshined all of those outcomes. Why now are we putting ourselves down to the all the time? Don't knock on my door. No, you know what? This is what you chose, and I can't. And now we're losing all our rights. What? If you still have a driver's license, go get yourself a gun. Go get
Mhm.
yourself some mace. Go get yourself some mason jars. Go get yourself some seeds. Go learn a
Or
trade. Go learn a
get
trade.
you
You
a
know, it,
passport and leave the country. If that's what,
that too.
we have that option still as well.
Mhm, mhm. And if you haven't been saving your coins expecting some crazy shit to pop off on Earth, not just the US, but on Earth, then that's on you. But if you teach those things, it would be crazy for me to be like, hey guys, I've been growing all spring, all summer, and then winter comes and I'm like, hey, can I borrow a potato? Well, girl, I thought you was growing that all summer, all winter. Oh, it was, but I didn't
You
prepare. What?
yeah, you was faking it is what she
You were
was doing.
faking it.
He was faking it for the internet, girl. And that's what it's coming down to, like, we're really starting to lose veils. We're really starting to see real reality. And and this internet shit has created false realities for a lot of people for themselves. And we just learned that Pluto moved into Aquarius. Baby, there is no room for false reality no more. Aquarius don't do that. We don't live in false reality. We don't promote a false reality. Even if the real reality is hard or difficult, you still put your best foot forward to do what you can to make it better. Like Nikki Crayon said just a minute ago, she said, a woman multiplies anything you give her, good or bad. And that goes with what we give ourselves as well. If a woman is constantly giving herself good things, good energy, good vibes, she is going to produce good things, good energy, and good vibes. If a woman is constantly giving herself bad energy, bad vibes, that's what she's going to produce. Bad energy and bad vibes. And there is no way in hell that any of you who claim, who, I'm not even going to use the word claim. There's no way that any of you who stand in and know your power as an individual, not as a citizen, not as a sovereign citizen, but as an individual living in a human body, that you should fear nothing, not a president, not a nuclear bomb, nothing,
Nothing.
because you know that you have the willpower, the knowledge to prepare yourself for good or bad. And it's like a lot of y'all now are teeter-tottering the line of, are you scared to die?
Mm.
Because I thought we was under all
Or
on the
are
same
you
understanding that, in the spiritual community at least, that you reincarnate, that you can go somewhere else, that you can level yourself up, baby. Okay? So what are we really scared of?
or are you scared of to walk it like you talk it?
Mm.
You've been talking a good game all these years, all through the carbonation seasons, all through and I'm just talking about the people I know. I'm not talking about everybody in the universe. I'm just talking about there's a lot of women who are teachers, healers, all through carbonation. They had all the right things to say when it came to carbonation. But now that Trump's in office, it's like, nope, gotta go. Don't know y'all. It's over. We're about to lay down and die. What?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, you lay down and die. A nothing ass bitch like myself, baby, you gonna have to pry it from my dead hands. Okay. I'm willing to die on the sword for mine, for my beliefs, for my intuition.
Mm.
You gonna have to pry it from my dead hands. Okay. And I don't know. I thought that's kind of what the sisterhood was. I'm so lost. And like you said in one of our prior lives, Godmomma, you don't even know if there is a sisterhood anymore. And I have to agree with you at this point because you
Mhm.
bitches are weak. Forgive my
Mhm.
language. Forgive my language. But you sisters are weak. And it's disheartening to me to even think that I considered some of y'all my elders, my teachers. I'm like, wait, what? You're what? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. I have a daughter. And it's going to be the C for me. Okay. You're gonna have to
Mhm.
chain me up, and I promise you I'm gonna break them, and you're gonna catch me in the sea. Okay. Because I'm not laying down and dying for nobody. You're going to have to pry it from my hands. I don't know what to tell y'all. And I just wish we had more backbone. All this backbone we had for everything else. Can we keep that same energy for Trump and his supporters? I don't know why we're losing it. Oh my gosh, we're losing it. Okay. Well, if the white men can do January 6th, what do you think black women can do? We got voodoo, hoodoo, blah, blah, blah. What? Oh, really? Y'all was putting niggas in jars in the freezer. Y'all was burying people.
Okay.
But all of a sudden now we ain't got it. Trump
We
just
ain't got no power. Trump just took it all from us, baby. What? Imma need y'all Imma hold on, because 'cause I'm about to stand up and flip this motherfucking table over, because I don't think y'all hear me.
come on, Godmama.
We was we come from people who make the earth move with the power that God gave them. And you want to tell me that a orange-faced man, at the age of what, 80 something, 70 something, has us now to the point to where we wanna lay down and give up? What? No.
That's crazy.
No, absolutely not. And like
Cutting
I've
your
said,
hair off?
there are
Okay.
more options than going to war or submission. There are more options. There is saying, "You know what? I'm gonna separate myself as much as I can from this system so I don't rely on it. I don't need it. Whatever that orange man's got going on and all them people got going on ain't really gonna have a whole lot to do with me unless they come out to this land with a bulldozer. And then we're gonna fight like hell." There are ways, and we have to get out of this reality to where it's almost like we've turned ourselves into victims, constant victims. And I'm not gonna take away
Perpetual.
and I'm not gonna
Perpetual.
take away from what the system has done to us collectively, of all races and nationalities, religions, creed, what the system has done to all of us.
Mhm.
But if you constantly lay down and say, "Woe is me and I'm a victim," I've heard many of women speak against that. But now all of a sudden it's, "No, I'm gonna go with it. It's fine. We can be victims."
Would you say
Victims get victimized.
because the orange Cheeto man's not the orange Cheeto man.
You know, I'm not I
And we had the luxury, Godmama, of getting a planned agenda, right?
y
We
yep.
introduced book club back in was it August? Something like that. Let me look it up so I don't want to misquote my own damn self. We did Project 2025 August, September-ish, and I believe it was
Mhm.
August. Here we are fixing to go on December. So we already knew what was to come. And all of a sudden we're scared. We're scared to fight the system. We've been sitting here watching, well, I won't say we, those of us who are concerned citizens, hi, cynical one. We have been
Hey,
watching
cynical.
protest with the, I don't want to get too political because they, you know how they like to do our channels, but we've seen the Israel and Gaza and Palestinian situation, right?
Mhm.
But there have been colleges protesting and people were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So why aren't we all I'm asking is to keep the same energy you had 6 years ago, keep it today. Because I know what it's
Absolutely.
like to be tired. I know what it's like to be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done fighting. Your fight is not over till you're dead.
Mhm.
That's just it. And if you want to lay down and die like a pussy ass hoe, then lay down and die like a pussy ass hoe. Just don't call yourself no elder. Don't call yourself no motherfucking teacher. Don't call yourself no greater than. Don't call yourself no whoopty woo. Don't do that. because we look to y'all for sources. And I'm not coming at Shree. This ain't about you, baby. I know your auntie. I know. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying anybody in particular. I'm just talking about this spiritual community. I have recently seen people just pussyfooting
Mhm.
their like what? You are
It's like,
supposed to be our elder. If
backpedaling.
anything, why haven't you shown me mason jars, hideouts? Why don't we have dugouts, hideouts? I have sent to my people, I have sent to my people a backup plan. I have it written. I've had my kids write it down. Hey, if something pops off, this is our plan. If something pops off, I've sent it to my people. Hey, this is the designated location. Now, I can't get my people there, but that's the location. And if you're not there by a certain time, I don't know what to tell you. But we have a backup plan over here. We do, because that's what I was taught from you elders. And
Mhm.
that's only a backup to the backup to the backup plan, right?
Mhm.
I have a
If
backup
all
plan.
else fails.
If all else fails, I have a generator, I have this, I've got all
Mhm.
kinds of little backup plans. But if all else fails, I have sent out to my people in this year. Was it this year, Godmomma? It was this year.
Mhm.
I wanted to make sure my people knew there's a safe place to go and there's a safe route to get there and blah 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 blah. And I encourage that for other people. If you feel so scary about what Trump's about to do with America, listen, I'm more concerned about the government than I am Trump, but we'll get into that here in a little bit.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
It
the
is.
only thing
Oh, thank
the
you for
only thing
please hit the up like. Thank you.
it is cynical, thank you for asking. The only thing that I am concerned about, honestly, is Trump coming into presidency in the middle of 2 wars. That's what I'm mostly concerned about. Him giving
2
education back.
wars. It's
Yes,
it's more than
we
2,
have
babe.
well, 2 that were you know what I'm saying?
Well,
2
because
that
we have
we
Lebanon. There's a lot of wars, but yes, yes, go ahead. Mhm.
they him giving education back to the states, cool. We're a republic. I don't think many of you, and I'm not talking to the ones specifically in the chat or anyone specifically, whoever this hits. I don't think many of you understand what the Constitution was originally written on, the foundation. We were written on republics. We were written on state for state, not federal level, not a federal government telling each state what they can and cannot do. That goes against our Constitution. Even though we've been living in a delusional reality where a federal government can tell us what we can and can't do by our Constitution that was written in there to never allow that to happen because they will start taking advantage of the people. I am more concerned about we have been funneling money into certain countries that has been attacking other countries who are now upset because we have supported countries attacking other countries. I'm concerned about all of the veterans and the inactive at the moment who may have to become active. That's who I'm concerned about. I'm concerned for our regular citizens who are going to be called to duty, who are being actively called to duty. And if you want me to drop you a little tea, I have a lot of service members in my family,
Drop that T.
and many of those service members voted for Trump. And you want to know why they voted for Trump?
Why?
Because they said when Trump was in office, they got to come home and they
Mm,
got to sit down. They got to spend time with their families. They got to get their education. They got to take advantage of being in the military.
wow.
And now they're being shipped back out one by one by one by one by one by one by one to fight in things that they don't agree with. and they're all hoping and just hoping that he will do what he does with his Hollywood mouth and go rub elbows and shake hands.
Not his
And
Hollywood mouth.
okay.
She didn't call them orange, Cheeto, Hollywood. Go
You
ahead.
know, I mean, we calling it like it is.
Go ahead.
And
Go.
they're hoping he's gonna be able to settle all of this back down. And I am very curious as to how he's going to be able to, because Moscow was attacked. Moscow is Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
These people ain't gonna do what?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, we have more things to be concerned about than an orange Cheeto man. Okay? We got preschoolers being expelled at an all-time high, and y'all want to come to me about a Cheeto man.
Mm-hmm. Wake it up. Wake it up.
This is ridiculous.
It's
Sisterhood.
embarrassing.
You think I want to leave my husband to go be with a bunch of women who can't even control their preschoolers? What? Y'all have lost y'all's minds.
Let's get into that real quick, Godmomma. Let's switch gears on the family. Okay. Let's switch gears on the family real quick. So, and it wasn't just preschoolers, it was kindergarten teen, right?
Mm.
Kindergarten, preschoolers, y'all. So a new study came out. Hold on, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna pull it up if I can. Here
Y'all
we go.
hit the like, please.
Please hit the like. Thank you. Preschoolers are going through a higher rate. Preschoolers, hold on, I'm gonna have to pull it up on this other one. I'm sorry, I thought oh no, I never pulled it up. So just hold on real quick. So preschoolers are getting expelled. Preschoolers and kindergartens. Okay, we're not even talking high school students anymore, middle school students. We're not even talking people who can read and write.
Right.
These little children can't even freaking read and write. Okay.
They don't even know they color systems yet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
These little motherfuckers don't even know they shapes. They don't know how to identify letters yet, but they getting expelled from school.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I got something for us. And it's from, let me come over here and share the screen. Let's watch this together, family. While we're worried about what adults are tripping on, let's be concerned about the youth. Okay. And and I'll give my opinion about what I told Godmomma about this earlier, but let me see. Let me skip this ad. So we're having an issue. Oh, the volume's not on. That's what it is. Okay, my bad. So we're having an issue, y'all. Let's listen.
Number 2 or number 3? Reading time at Grace Neighborhood Nursery School in Uptown is an essential part of the day.
And we've always had a very developmental, play-based approach to what we do.
The preschool ran by Barb Murphy is part of the solution in turning the page on preschool expulsion and suspension rates that have educators sounding the alarm.
I have been working on this study for a couple of years.
At a community briefing Thursday hosted by St. David's Center, Dr. Tim Zhang with the Institute for Early Education Leadership and Innovation in Boston presented his research. Zhang found that 49% of preschool teachers said they suspended a kid in the past year. Black children account for almost 50% of public preschool suspensions, but less than 1/5 of all preschoolers. Children with disabilities are also more likely to be suspended, and boys are expelled 4.5 times more than girls.
The children have to learn about the problem-solving skill in this in-classroom setting instead of just sending them home.
Grace Neighborhood is doing just that.
They are living in the real world, and we have to understand their world so that we can tailor our strategies to meet them where they are.
Murphy says these early developmental years are foundational for lifelong success.
The troll was bursting with anticipation.
That's why the preschool takes an individualized approach with each student.
We want every child to leave here to say, I like school and I know how to do school.
So it's up, y'all. The rates are up, and this article gets more intuits. Let me close this out. That it's just saying that educators in recent months have been suspending preschoolers. This one didn't say it, but also kindergartners. Okay, because they
Mhm.
don't know how to act. Let me stop sharing. Because they don't know how to act. Why is that? Is it because your mommy's spending time over here? Is your mom spending more time or not? I don't even want to put this on mom. Are your parents spending more time over here? Are your parents spending more time over there and just shuffling you off to school early so you can get out of their hair and they don't have to deal with you? Because your mommy or daddy has to go to work and they don't have time to be a parent. That's a broken system that we really need to recognize. Why are preschoolers getting suspended? And it's not because educators can't handle them. It's because your child is acting bad. It's because and he did say there was developmental problems that, you know what I mean, might go
Mhm.
further. But what are y'all doing? Why aren't we giving back to, and that's a lost, and I hate to say this, it grinds my gears, but it's almost a lost art to be a parent, a
Mhm.
present parent. Not like, oh, I gave birth to you type parent. No, you need to be present.
Yep.
Why are you sending your kids preschool's not even 8 hours a day? So your kids at school for 3 hours a day and they're getting suspended? That's a reflection of you, not the education system.
No. And um I understand that the division or where teachers don't understand cultures and teachers don't understand that some children are different than others. And I understand all of those excuses that we give ourselves. But y'all, I'm done with excuses. We have to move into solutions. We have been giving excuses for far too long now. We have to start holding some accountability. We have to start having some solutions. Yes, will little black boys be treated differently in school? Yes. If you know that your black son is being treated differently in school, this goes back to what Lurker was saying, being present as a parent. You're supposed to be the advocate for your child at that school or remove them from the school and take them to a different one. You have to be present in your children's lives. A 3-year-old does not know how to act. No. But a 3-year-old, before we started, I was telling Lurk, I said, it's funny because they always say your children act better outside of your presence. When child's not around mom, they act like the perfect little kid. But when they get around mom, that's when, they let loose and they get a little low key disrespectful. So it's alarming that that is that child's quote unquote best outside of the present of the parent. These are very formidable years of children up until the age of 7. This is how they mold into being a grown human.
Mhm.
And if we're already getting suspended, expelled, labeled young, you don't think that's gonna carry over?
Mhm.
A nail appointment can wait, sis.
Mhm. A
That hair
lash appointment. Mhm.
that haircut can wait, my brother, okay?
Mhm.
Sit down with your kids, talk to them, check their temperature, see what's going on,
Mhm.
do something with them.
Mhm. Be there first. Be there first.
Mhm,
Educator, disciple, or not disciple, discipliner, um, safety net. You're able to speak freely here. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Be there first. taste provider. Oh, have you tasted this? School should not be introducing your kids to anything that you haven't introduced them to. Now, as they get older, of course, they're going to be introduced to other little kids because they're introduced by their parents. That's just the social network of school. Yes.
Right.
But when it comes to boundaries, respect, um, they hit me. Okay. If I didn't tell my kid to hit them back, my kid would never know that, right? Because that's, oh, and my kid will come home and say, Mom, I got hit today. And I'm like, did you hit them back? No, because hitting people is wrong. You told me not to hit anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is our job as parents. When you have kids, don't send your kids off to school thinking, well, if the teacher's got it and they're going to teach. No, because back in the, again, I might hurt some feelings tonight, but the
Hey,
school
Auntie.
isn't a disciplinary. They will just discipline you for being in the school. They're not going to discipline the child per housing reactions. Like at my house, you talk back, you might get smacked up. You know what I'm saying? Or you didn't
Right.
clean up, you might not get a treat or a bubble. That's not the teacher. That's mom or dad or auntie or uncle or grandma or grandpa, whatever the situation is in your household. But quit sending your kids out into the world without raising them. I don't want to say rearing. We
Mm-hmm.
stopped rearing our children.
Yes.
Right? We put a tablet in front of them. Here, watch the tablet. Here are some hot
And then that
Cheetos.
and then
Mhm.
that's not even monitored properly in most homes. It's not. And you wonder why your preschooler, your kindergartner is going to class and getting expelled. Because I guarantee you're not checking their backpack before they go to school. How many of you have signed your child's folder before they go to school the next day? The ones that are getting suspended and expelled, you probably have not looked at that baby's folder all year.
Hmm.
All
Hmm.
year. So the
Or
child is
what?
probably out at school acting out because at home is a nightmare. Let's be honest.
Well, I was going to bring up food too. Are you packing a lunch with your kid? Are you what did you eat today?
Okay,
What,
Nikki,
you know what I'm
no,
saying? What
friend.
did you drink today? Did you go to the bathroom today? Who went with you? And what did you learn today? That's one of my favorite things to ask my kids when they get home. Salute, Auntie. That's one of my favorite things to ask my kid. What'd you learn today? And my son's in college now, so I'm like, what'd you learn today? Well, he get a free
Right.
college tuition off you, nigga. What'd you learn today? But
You
that's
know,
just what parenting is. Quit sending your kids to other people and then getting upset when they say, your kid can't be here. Your kid acts bad. Your kid's disruptive. Your kid is not obedient. Do we even use the word obedient anymore?
I don't think so.
Mm.
Have we thought about getting school-based counseling for these children? I mean, what is happening? Okay. I just don't understand what is happening. We are in Delulu
Mhm.
land, ladies. And I'm gonna put this on the women. I know you didn't want to put it. I know you didn't want to say moms, but on the internet, do we not hear, I'm a single mom, I'm a single mom. So clearly there's a lot of single moms out here. And shout out to y'all because I know y'all do y'all's best. Majority of you do your best, and I understand that. Um, but at the end of the
Listen,
day, your child should not have to suffer the consequences because you're a single mom. The
Godmomma, we
system
talked
should
about
not
this.
have to suffer the consequences because you're a single mom.
We talked about this about my mother. Shout out to my mother, rest in peace. My mother was a single mom. I don't want to laugh. It's not funny. That's a trauma response. Um, my mother was a single mom, bro. She had 4 beautiful black daughters, me and my 3 sisters. She was a single mom. She worked. She put herself through nursing school, blah, blah, blah. And if the school called, listen, my mom did not fucking play. Not only was I taken, I didn't even have to be suspended. She would suspend me on her own. Like, my daughter's not going to show up for 2 or 3 days because I done beat her ass. She's grounded. She's cleaning. She's this. She's that. My mom did just not fucking play. She did not. If she had to take off work to come deal with me, that was my ass. Period.
Mhm.
That was my ass. And she made an example of me, is what she used to. I'm about to make an example out of you. So that way you and your friends know what time it is, not just you. So even my friends knew, like, oh shit, Lurker's mom don't play. No, my mom did not. And she was a single mom. And shout out to her. And maybe that's why she had to take herself early. She was stressed. She did the most. She didn't play. And I don't know why we're scared to get that way with our own kids. Yes, your kids can express themselves, but they need boundaries. They need restrictions. They need to learn respect, manners, and also you're able to explore, but appropriately.
Mhm.
You're a child, babe. You're a child. You're not a grown up. You don't get to walk in anybody's house and do anything you want. Not at no child's age. No.
No.
I'm not going to let no 2, 3-year-old come in my house talking about bitch. You'll get popped in your mouth. I'm going to show you a bitch.
Right. He's not gonna
Okay.
come in here
And if your mama's got a problem
jumping
with it,
on
you
every
going to watch your mama get her mouth popped too. Okay. Because how dare your mom bring in a disrespectful child to my house? Okay.
Amen. Let
I
the
don't
church
know.
say amen. Amen.
And I'm not for abuse. I'm not for abuse, but I am for corrective discipline.
Mhm.
Get your kids in line.
Mhm.
Y'all talking about we're tired of school shootings. Well, then do better with your kids. Knock on wood, my kids aren't shooting up the school. So why are yours? Guns are not, they're in my house, but they're not readily available. And there's open conversation. My
Mhm.
kids aren't allowed to go to anybody's home and disrespect anybody. They're not even allowed to disrespect me in my home. So my kids definitely ain't going outside disrespecting another adult's home. And that's another thing. Can we show respect to adults? Unless that adult's touching you or being weird, okay, fine. Then you come back and tell mom, and I'll be disrespectful for you. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll be disrespectful for you. You come back and tell me if an adult disrespected you or treated you or touched you, or I got it from here. Mommy, daddy, we're coming. But we're not doing that as parents. And then we're all upset. We're all upset, right? Like, uh,
We're
Trump this,
upset.
Trump
We're
that.
we're selective outraging right now is what we're doing. We're
Mm,
selective outraging as women, because men, I can't speak for y'all. But as women, we are selective outraging and we've got to get it together, okay? I have sat here and watched us selective outrage over the black men. I have watched us selective outrage over education and who's smarter and who's making the most money and who's respectful and who's submitting and who's not. And I refuse to sit here and watch y'all. And I say y'all because I'm not a part of that y'all in this moment. Selective outrage over this Cheeto man. I understand he is appointing all of these TV stars, show characters into his cabinet. Is he not himself a TV show star? Okay. Y'all have
mhm,
got to see the bigger picture. It was funny because I had shared with Lurker a little while ago a photo I had found back from, I think it was 2016, where I was pushing heavily vote nobody.
yes.
I've I've been about this life.
Mhm.
So I mean, I've been screaming for years. This is all a circus. This isn't real. What they show you is not real. And Trump is really showing you how entertainment this bullshit is.
I'm
And
not
we just sit
entertained.
and y'all are entertained.
I am not. I'm disgusted, disappointed, disheartened. I feel like I am so, see, there's a reason why I didn't click with a lot of people for these
Mhm.
reasons. Okay. There's a reason I don't click with a lot of people. Period. Because of these reasons.
Yeah.
Listen, Nikki, I'm with you on that. Okay. I'm with you on this. Okay. Oh, wait, wrong one. Kids got to learn how to respect boundaries and set them. Period.
Mhm.
If you don't teach your children, then don't be mad when the world does.
Yep. Because that's
Don't
who
be
some
mad when the
people.
world does.
Yeah. And that's what I explain to my children constantly. I have to teach you before the world does, because I promise you the world is not gonna be as nice about it as I am. Okay? Me grounding you from your video games or tablets, or now you've gotta wash out the refrigerator, that's light work compared to what the world will do to you. And that's not even in fear-based, that's reality-based. It's called fuck around and find out, period. We have healers. I thought we had real healers in this world, and we have real people out here suffering. And it ain't even because of Trump. They're suffering because it's the holidays and they don't have family. They're suffering because it's the holidays and they don't have no money. They're homeless. They don't have nowhere to go. It's getting cold outside. And all they can do is shuffle to warming centers at night, and then they get kicked out during the day.
Mm.
We've got real healers. I thought we had real healers in this world. And we are worried about Trump and his Hollywood's cast of a cabinet.
And again, what does that have to, I understand, but what does that have to do with what you got going on in your own home? What does Trump winning election have to do with you inside your home?
Okay.
Because
Well,
no matter what the outside world has going on, you still have a home where you can dictate what's going on in your home.
mhm.
Stop bringing the world into your house.
Mhm.
Stop. Turn your phone off. Turn the TV off. Because that's
And
how
you
I
know,
grew
you
up.
were
It didn't matter. That's how I grew up, Godmama. It didn't matter what the
Yep,
fuck was my neighbors were doing. My parents didn't care. My parents were like, "Oh, well, good for them. That's not what we're doing."
exactly. Mhm. Am I their parent?
Am I their parent?
And you know, you asked the question, what happened because of this and of what our parents did versus our generation. What happened is, shout out to you, Grandpa. What happened is the internet. The internet became very free into a hand. You didn't have to sit in front of the computer. You didn't have to make time to get on the internet. You didn't have to plan, right? Before you used to get on the internet, all the old heads know. Before you used to get on the internet, you kinda had a plan of what you were going on the internet to do. Were you gonna check your emails? Were you gonna check your Messenger? Were you gonna check MySpace? Were you gonna create a PowerPoint? Were you gonna write a Word document? Were you about to do some research? You had a plan. Now, you just pick up and scroll. You don't have a plan. And I think that's what's happened here is this reality, this Black Mirror, shout out to Netflix, this Black Mirror effect that we have gone through where everyone is living in separate timelines, everyone is living in separate realities, and we're really starting to see how delusional some of these people's realities really are.
Mm, mhm.
Where the big and bad boogeyman is around every corner that they walk. And I honestly feel sorry for you if you feel that way. I do. Because you should not live in a constant state of fear where every corner you turn, someone is there to victimize you.
And to me, you're using fear. I'm using the word insecure.
Mhm.
Like you don't even trust yourself. You don't even trust your own judgment. Child, let me stay away from you. Let me stay away from you if you don't even trust your own self. That's
Mhm.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. What y'all talking about? Hold on. I see you. I'm so, oh, okay, you feeding the babies. Hey, niece and hey, nieces. Or parents raised Gen X. See, I'm tired about these Gen X, Gen Z, millennials, boomers. I'm about tired of that. We're all human.
Boomers.
Okay. Cause I feel like a boomer now. I don't even feel like a Gen X.
I
I don't even
know,
feel like a
right?
millennial. I'm like, at this point, make me a boomer.
Because I feel
Um,
like them old. But shout out to the boomers though. They tried their
Shout
best.
out. Man, okay. Well, hold on, Godmomma. Let's switch gears on that since we're going to talk about that. That's something I pulled up today and I had a blast from the past. Isn't that what they call it? Oh, let me share my
Mhm.
screen with y'all. Hold on. So I went down memory lane today and it was so fun. Somebody on Twitter goes, "Is it true that your parents used to just leave you outside?" Nigga, what?
Absolutely.
What do you mean just leave us outside? We weren't welcome back in because we had to pick one, inside or out.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
was inside or out. And don't be coming in. Don't Your friends can't come in and eat up all my food. There was none of that.
Nope.
It wasn't.
Nope.
Okay. We did have a Kool-Aid lady, but you know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. Let me pull this up. This was such a nostalgic um reading for me, and I loved it. I loved it. Let me share this real quick. So somebody on Twitter, his name is Chris. Hey, Chris. Well, the first person that said it, it said, "Did parents in the 80s really allow their kids to roam freely, or is that just a portrayal seen in the movies?"
Yeah.
And Chris replied, he said, "70s and 80s. If you didn't grow up during either decade, you have no idea what you missed out on. It's all true.
It's
It is
all
all
true.
true."
The
And they
90s
went,
was the same, D.
that's what it says. 90s was the exact fucking same. So don't forget that. We grew up without internet and then with internet. We were the last generation that knows both worlds. And we've heard this before, but listen, they started getting it in under this thing. And I was so right here. He said, "Dude, they made a commercial. Y'all, let's watch this together, fam."
It's 10 p.m.
Mm.
Let's watch
Bring
this
this
commercial.
commercial back, okay?
It's 10 p.m.
Bring this commercial
Know
back.
where your children are.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Okay. Shout out to the classics. Shout
It's
out. It's 10 p.m.
right. It's 7:30 p.m. Central Standard. Do you know where your children are?
Do you know? Okay.
Okay, 'cause it's dark outside. Do you know?
Listen, man.
Remember the days you had to come in when the street lights came on? Like,
Well, that
where
was it. That was it right here. It says allowed. We weren't allowed. Okay. Really allowed. No, no, no. It
mm-mm.
says we were not allowed in the house during the day. We had bikes and friends. There were 3 rules. 1, don't get hurt. Right. 2,
Mhm.
don't be brought home by the police. And 3,
Amen.
see you when that light comes on. If not, you're grounded. Those
Yep.
were our rules. Don't come back to my house hurt. Okay. And don't let the police bring you home. And you better be home when the street lights come on. That's it. They didn't care if you ate. They didn't care where you drank. We was drinking out the water hose. We was
Mhm.
gone. Okay. And that's crazy to think. To me, I'm like, that sounds like a great childhood. But it's crazy to think
Right.
it's crazy to think you would send your kids out all day these days and be like, "Don't come back till the street lights come on." Like, hell no. Better bring your ass home. But
Right.
people were in here all reliving their glory days, I guess you could call it. And it was beautiful. It says right here, "We left the house after school and they wouldn't see us until the street lights came on. Didn't ask us where we had been or what we did either. We were raised on hose water and neglect."
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
had the
yeah.
best times.
And the best times. Listen, if you saw a pile of bikes, you knew we were at Timmy's house. You knew we were at Sandra's house. You knew we were at Keisha's house. You knew we were at Mateo's house. You knew because there was the pile of bikes. And then the
Mhm.
moms would call, "Is my son, is my daughter over there?
Mhm.
Can you tell him to come home? I just got a letter from the school." Or da-da-da. Your
Or
mom come.
it's
They
dinner
didn't do
time.
their chore. Yeah, it's dinner time, or they didn't do their chores, or
Yep.
have you seen that? You know what I'm saying? That's old school stuff. And I think we should bring some of that back. Not nowadays, it's crazy, but I think that's what really grounded us, right? That's what kept us grounded. So back in the day, we were able to, go outside and be free. We were out, we
Mhm.
had fresh air, right? We
Mhm.
had homies that actually kept up with you. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
couldn't you couldn't wait to go be with your friends. If you got in trouble, you had to stay in the house, and that was torture. Now you got to stay in
That's
the house.
right.
That was
Right.
fucking torture. Oh, I'm in the house. And then it was back in the day, like, "Mom, can I go out?" "Yeah, you got to clean your room first." And then be like, "Can my friend come in and help me?" "Yeah, that's fine, but you didn't, right?
Mhm.
And your
Yep.
parents used to cuss your friends out the same way they cussed you out.
Yep.
And they weren't scared about your mama because your mama would have came over and whooped both y'all's asses because you acting up in the homie's house, right?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, Lord, we
Or
used
you
to.
ain't dropping your kid off at somebody's house that you don't know, ain't never met, don't you know what I'm saying? You
Mm-mm.
would 'cause my son, he asked me, he came home the other day from school and he was like, "Hey, mom, can I ride the bus over my friend's house Friday?" I said, "Yeah, which one?" And he named one I ain't never heard before. I said, "Yep, nope, that ain't happening."
Okay.
He said, "Why?" I
Okay.
said, "Because you getting dropped off at a location that I have no earthly clue about." He talking about, "Well, you can get on my Snapchat and see my location." No,
No.
I'm old school, baby. I gotta see faces, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I may have to take
Names.
pictures of license plates, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't no.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm,
Yeah,
mm-mm.
I'm the same way too. Like, "Oh, you going to your friend's house? Well, we going together. Let me meet him. Hi,
Mhm.
I'm about to come in
Hello.
your house. I just want to see how you live."
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't even have to walk past the threshold. I just wanna see you in the threshold. That's it.
No, I walk in. "Oh, I'm coming in because I want to know how many rooms you got in here. How many? Oh, okay, cool. Because you could do the same in my house, right?
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, you bring your kid in. I invite the parents in. Like, come on in. This is what my house looks like. This is how we live. So
Mhm.
that way you're you know what I'm saying? You know what it
Mhm.
smell like. You know what it look like. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
All that shit. I ain't dropping my kids off at no. Mm-mm, ain't doing it. But that's old school stuff. It was nostalgic to me, and I think we're missing a little bit of that aspect. 504 is calling it a village. I
Mhm.
agree.
I would much rather have a village than a sisterhood. Ashe?
Oh, Ashe.
Okay.
Ashe.
Y'all can have the sisterhood. Give me a village, okay? Because a village looks out for themselves, for each other. Man,
Hmm.
woman, and child, and elder.
Listen, we got pictures of our child. Okay. I got pictures sent to me like your daughter's skipping school and she's at the park smoking. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And it was one of our other neighbors. And I was like, "Thank you for letting me know."
Mhm. See?
And Gracie was like, "How did you get those pictures?" My daughter, she's
Oh,
like, "How did you?" Don't worry about how I got these pictures. We got
right?
eyes.
I got
Okay.
eyes
So
everywhere.
don't worry about the pictures. Why are you in them?
Mhm. Don't
Okay.
deflect. Don't
Hmm.
deflect,
Why are
right?
you in these pictures?
Answer the question, ma'am.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Right. Hmm.
Amen, Nikki. Nikki said a village equals self-sustainable. A sisterhood equals codependency. Amen.
Yeah, y'all gonna get your feelings hurt. Y'all gonna get your feelings hurt.
Can we be
Okay.
honest? Okay, can
A
we just
village
be
is
honest?
reliable. A sisterhood is not.
Is not. And I'm
Okay.
with Auntie every time he does a live that says the sisterhood ain't shit. Cause I want, cause it ain't. And I be giggling every time he brings up a new show about how they ain't shit. Cause they ain't. And they know they ain't. Deep down inside, the women who say sisterhood, sisterhood, they know deep down inside they ain't shit for real. And they know deep down inside they ain't even a part of the sisterhood for real. Be honest with y'allself. Y'all just get out here on the internet and scream that bullshit so you can get clicks, likes, and views and some clout. Okay, I've came to that realization. A lot of y'all live in delusional land. Y'all sit on here and scream, fuck the man, but when you turn that camera off, you cuddling up to somebody at night. Stop playing with me. You out here promoting to women to leave their husbands, but yet you got one in the next room. Quit playing with me. You out here promoting to be a trophy wife, but yet you letting your husband touch on your kids and rape you. Quit playing with me.
Let's wake it up. Wake it
Quit
up.
playing. Sisterhood, my ass. You want a sisterhood? You don't want a real sisterhood because a real sisterhood keeps it a G with you every time.
Baby, it be hurting my feelings sometimes. My little
Every time.
sisterhood be hurting my feelings.
Okay, we have a policy: no gaslighting. Keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck.
Don't gaslight me. Keep it 100 with me. If I'm fucking up, you fucking up, girl. Get it together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hold your hand, but I just want you to know you fucking up.
Mm-hmm. 504 says, wait a minute, we are not codependent on each other. I think we are. And I'm going to tell you why, 504. Respectfully, Queen Sister, I love you. I think we are codependent. I think we lean to each other for, like Godmomma said, some of that comfort without that correction.
Mm-hmm.
Can I come to you for comfort? Don't correct me. Just let me vent. Just let me be a nothing ass bitch. Just let me tell you about how I cheated on this nigga 6 times and I knew he wasn't an ain't shit nigga and I knew this and I knew that and I still fuck with him and I love him and I miss him and just be my sister.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna switch gears and I'm fixing to snap, but I'm gonna keep it kosher. But there was somebody that if y'all not up on the community board on my wall, I shared something. I shared this with Auntie too. I shared it with him first. Just because he's in that realm of like, I don't want to speak for Auntie, but he's like in the manosphere lane. So I thought it was gonna come out over there first. So I was like, have you heard this? Y'all, can I share something with you, family? Since we're talking about sisterhood, can I share something with y'all, family? Are y'all okay with that? This might be a trigger warning. It might be. It might be. Let me pull up something. I'm going to go to good old Tiki-Taki. And we're going to discuss some of our sisterhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Hold on one second.
Do you see what I mean? Do you see the delusion?
The delusion.
Do you see what I mean? The delusion. All right, we'll come back to Twitter here in a second. And we're not going to hold y'all forever, but we're just up here speaking our piece. But let me share something with y'all. And trigger warning, if you feel triggered, this is a warning. Okay? But let me pull something up for y'all since we're in the topic of sisterhood, right? Since we're doing our sister circle. What's the title of this live? Can we be honest? Can we be honest? All right, y'all. I found this on TikTok. I was extremely appalled. Well, hell, let me play it. Let's go, family. Oh, I got to put the sound on. Sorry. Hold on.
Little over a month since I'm
going to restart it from the beginning.
Fortunately, it's been a little over a month since I had to end up leaving my husband. It's like sad to even say like I could get past some of these things. I don't even know where to start. 6 weeks ago, I was changing my daughter, my 4-year-old daughter. And I noticed that when I changed her, she was red and very sensitive. And immediately, my first thought was, did someone touch her? Oh, God. Gosh. So I asked her, I said, baby, did somebody touch you? And she ended up saying it was Daddy. I felt like my world ended on that day. My husband wasn't home at the time when she told me, but I knew he would be coming home soon, so all I could do was just say, don't tell him that you told me. And I just instantly started trying to think of how I could.
All right, that's where that ends. And there's more to that. I'm not going to play it because it's not on TikTok. But there's more. And again, if you are subbed here, actually, let me pull it up for you guys to go watch it for yourself in its entirety. This woman that I just shared, she goes by, she's popular for being a quote unquote trophy wife. That's how she got her claim to fame. Let me share this with our loved ones. Family, please, again, this is a warning for those who are triggered, okay? This is not a warning for me. This is a warning for those who might be triggered. So this the live I just sent, the link I just sent right here under NAB, that is the whole live. And it's gone viral. Before it went viral, I shared this privately with a few people because it hadn't really gone viral yet. When I first found it, it only had 500,000 views, which I guess is viral, but for her, she always gets, decent views. So this woman here is a trophy wife. She's like a Shira, the Shira 7 lady, find a man, be with the man, and if he doesn't pay for all your bills, you know what I mean? She was one of those.
Right.
So let me give you a little history with this woman because I'm going to drag her. Okay. And that's the warning you need to be prepared for. She had children with another man. Okay. Then she found a man that had some decent money. This was not her original baby daddy. She ended up having kids with this man, but let's back up. She already had children before this man, or a child before this man. Pretty light skin, little tink tink. And he raped her. He raped her 4 times. Okay. And she still married this man. Okay. She still married this man. And now she is doing, and she went after the rape, after he raped her. She still builds a channel talking about I'm his trophy wife. Okay. After a man rapes me, I am nobody's trophy wife. That's just me. Then she brings her kids into it and has kids with him. They get married. She's like she stated, hey, I went and checked my daughter's stuff. She's only 4 years old. And mind you, she's only been married to the stepdad for a year.
A year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's a trophy wife. And the daughter's been touched. And then she checks the other child's situation. Now she has other kids. They're older.
Mhm.
She has a boy, I think 2 boys or something.
Two
I'm not
boys.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. So the 4-year-old had red stuff and the 2-year-old had red stuff in their undergarments. Ma'am, this man raped you and you brought your daughters around him, and now you're on the internet. And at the end of her video, which wasn't shown on the one I just showed you, but at the end of her video, she goes, I don't know which direction this channel's gonna go. What? So you're a trophy wife that got raped. Your children were inappropriately touched, and you're not sure which way your YouTube channel's gonna go? She all in that, and it's only like a 20-minute video, 30-minute max, where she sits up and cries and wipes her tears and spills all her children's business.
And you hear the child, one of the youngest one, in the background playing.
And then you say, I don't know which way my channel's gonna go. Bitch, to hell. To hell. It's a I told
Again.
Godmomma, a
Okay.
trophy wife does not receive YouTube checks.
No.
Go ahead, Godmomma.
It just furthers my point, and Auntie's point that the sisterhood ain't shit. Okay. Because a lot of women were just, oh my God, I'm so sorry for you. Okay, yes, I'm sorry that that happened to the children, ma'am. That's who my sympathies go to, the children, not you. Because if you sat up here and I think she said he raped her a couple of times before they were married and a couple of times while they were married.
Correct.
So you're putting a whole new meaning to trophy wife. Okay. Y'all need to quit with this bullshit. Come to this sister circle. Y'all want a sisterhood circle? Come over here to this one. Because I'm gonna keep it real with you. You're delusional, ma'am. You're delusional to think that you could be a trophy wife after a year. You're delusional to think that you could call yourself a trophy wife to a husband that has no respect for you. If you tell your husband, no, not tonight, and he takes it anyways, he has no respect for you. How dare you get out here and tell women what to do to get a man? No, ma'am, your channel needs to go to hell because you are obviously teaching women how to get men that molest their children. Get out of my face. Get off
Men
the
that will
internet.
rape their wives.
Get off
Men
the
that
internet.
rape their wives. And it was in 1976 was the year, I believe. Let me correct myself. I think it was 1976 is when that law became illegal.
Mhm.
Because prior to that, it was okay to abuse your wife. Let me pull
Yes,
that up. Let me make sure. 1976. It might have been 1974. Ladies, we haven't had rights all that long. Okay, we really
No.
haven't.
No. And for us to just wanna lay down now because of Cheeto Man, no, no, nope, nope,
Mhm.
nope.
Sexual offend. That's it. It was 1976. In 1976, the Sexual Offenses Amendment Act was passed. Marital rape. The right out came in 1978. Okay. So it started in 76 and the right out didn't happen till 78. And that's not a trophy wife. And how dare you put your pretty self up here and get all your followers up here and then turn around and say, well, I don't know what I'm going to do with your channel. Call it a rehabilitation channel. How dare you make money off of your kids' red underwear?
Right.
After you've already had red underwear. You married the man. The kids didn't. How dare you bring a predator into your home, promote it to YouTube because he's got money,
Mm.
and he forces himself on you and your children, and now you up here. You know what? I pray for those children, and I'm not here to speak bad on the children. I'm here to speak bad on the trophy wife. Do better. Do better, women. And this isn't even your first baby daddy. Those children have their faces on YouTube and their story on YouTube because of you, because you need a YouTube check. Girl, if you don't pipe down and get a fucking degree,
Right.
I mean, I really hope aliens do take over and they shut our Wi-Fi down. Aliens, do your big one because I'm sick of it.
I'm saying because it doesn't make any sense that you would put your 2-year-old and 4-year-old on blast like that for the internet. It's one thing, to make a funny video. It's one thing but to put out there for the internet it's going to be here permanently forever about the trauma that they endured for a click, like, and a view, ma'am, delusional.
And people are eating it up. It's all over TikTok. It's all over Twitter. It's all over Facebook. It's all over YouTube. It's everywhere.
Oh, yeah. And everybody feels so sorry for her. No, she's exploiting her children. Lurker and I have talked about this a lot on this channel, is the exploitation of children by their parents via social media. You're exploiting your children, and their situation. These kids the 4-year-old, I'm sure, is old enough to go to preschool. So now everybody in preschool knows what's going on. All the kids' parents in preschool knows what's going on. This is something that's gonna follow them like, "Oh, yeah, you were the little girl of the mom whose stepdad raped them at 4." It just doesn't
Your
make
mom
any
went
sense.
viral. Your mom went viral for
Is
staying
her
with a man that raped her, and why does that not women, and to make a channel. See, it's one thing to be like, okay, I was abused, he raped me, we ended up having kids, but you made a channel called Trophy Wife
Mhm.
after the supposed incidences that he made on you. Could you imagine? Godmomma, could you imagine if I came up here just, hey y'all, I'm a trophy wife today. And this is exactly how my man treats me. He buys me this, he buys me that. But I'm like, not telling all this. I mean, was he running the channel?
Mm.
Was he making you run a channel and so that way you could I'm confused.
So she could bring in some money or something? Like, what?
I'm confused.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of these people don't live in the reality that they paint for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They
Hi,
log off,
baby.
"Hey, they log off, and they're in real reality, and that shit sucks because now you're not, you don't have to put on this fake persona. And, ma'am, listen, you're lucky that I'm trying to change my life, okay? Because
Mhm.
you would be called every name in the book. Because this is
A good
ridiculous.
for nothing piece of
Where's Baba?
neglectful.
ZX?
Yeah, where is Baba?
'Cause ZX
Somebody go
uses
get
the
Baba.
good
What does he
words.
call him? What's the words he calls them? What's the words
Whore
he calls them?
hookers.
No, what's the ones he calls the moms?
Oh, unfits.
Unfit. This unfit hooker.
Mhm.
Baba. Unfit hooker. You got a man touching on you inappropriately, and you bring
And
your
you
children?
she talk about, I knew he was on his way home, so I told her, "Don't tell him you told me." Bitch, what? We finna stab this motherfucker. What you talking about?
Don't tell daddy mommy's got a gun. Okay?
Okay?
How about that?
'Cause what? Don't and so and it wasn't in this clip, but I watched the whole video of the entirety. She went on to say that she planned it out and she told him that her and the kids were gonna go with her sister to look for Halloween costumes because if she told him they were gonna go to the store, he would think something was suspicious because she never takes all the kids to the store. But if she said she was going Halloween costume shopping, that would make sense that she's First of all, I don't need no permission from you, okay? First of all, I'm calling 911. I'm calling 911 and they can
We're
handle
not
you.
going Halloween shopping this year, kids.
We're calling 911. Okay?
Your
That's what we're
panties
doing.
are red and you're 4. Fuck a Halloween costume.
We're calling 911.
I got a Halloween costume for you. The FBI. Mommy's got a Halloween costume for you. Daddy's getting put in handcuffs. I got a Halloween
Period.
costume for you. We about to decapitate a motherfucker. I got a Halloween costume for you. We fixing to bury and do a bonfire. Okay? That's just me though.
I'm trying to tell
And
you.
we promote some of this lifestyle, the share of sevens, the
Mhm.
get a man by all his money, get him by any means. No, we don't need a man by any means because some of these niggas ain't got no means. Some of these
Mhm.
niggas want to be with you for your kids,
Come
sis.
on. Say it again cuz I don't think they heard you.
They don't want you, they want your child.
Mm.
While they over here floating you with some money and so you can look cute and you busy. Oh, while you doing your edits and your recording, they over there touching your children. Are you fucking delusional, bitch? You need a man that bad in your life so you can do you? No, ma'am. I was raised by an old motherfucking G. My mother didn't let no men come in like that. Now, mind you, we did have some other issues in our family. We did. But it wasn't no men coming in being my stepdaddy or you know what I'm saying, trying to take over
Mhm.
and let me touch you inappropriate or la 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 la. And that's why my mom had to take herself out because she's like, damn, I failed either which way. She couldn't win. There was no
Mm.
winning for her. So my mom took her own life because she couldn't live with some of the shit that had come out of us. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't
Mhm.
have no man. She didn't have no, you know what I'm saying? Good looking lady too. Okay. Good looking lady. But she didn't have no men up in our house touching up on us. And she was very particular about that. She didn't let no coaches get too close to us. She didn't let no, she didn't. She just did not. She was anti, you know, people being too
Mm.
friendly with her kids.
'Cause she knew. Shit.
Well, she didn't know it was her own kids doing some fucked up shit, but yeah. She did. She did her best to keep some weirdos away from us. And I don't know why we're just so open for love. And I'm saying we loosely because I'm not open for love for nobody right now because I got babies. No. I don't know. You know your dad and your mom. That's it.
Why hasn't I just want to know why the bitch didn't call the police. Why her first reaction was, I gotta, you didn't say this man was abusive. You didn't say this man beat on you and held you hostage. You didn't say none of that shit. You didn't say nothing other than he raped you 4 times. That's what you said.
Mhm.
So why didn't you call the police? Like that's what I don't
Why
fuck
did you
with that type of
continue
shit.
a relationship with him?
Right.
And then present it to the public. Like I said, was this your pimp? Did he make you do it?
Presented to the
Is there
public like
more to
you
this
lived in
story?
the
Right. Is there more to the story? Did this man make you? Because to me, now some people will call me back in the day, oh, she's a kept woman or blah, blah, blah. I've never been considered a trophy wife ever. But
No.
a trophy wife, I do see maybe some disrespect, and you just sit there and be pretty. Hey, hush your little mouth. You just be pretty. That's how I see a
Thank
trophy
you.
wife, right?
When did that definition change? Because I could have
I don't know.
swore
I don't
when
know.
you were called a trophy wife, that wasn't necessarily a good thing.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
I
It
don't
was,
what
you are
happened
just
to
a
the
dumb, pretty bitch that I married.
right. What happened to the movement of I'm nobody's trophy wife? Because
Hmm.
they understood what it meant to actually be a true trophy wife. You are nothing. You are nothing.
Yes. Yes, Nikki. It has been reported to the police. There is an open case. Yes. Hmm.
Mhm.
A trophy
You're
wife.
my
That's
trophy.
like disrespectful. Like, bitch, I ain't nobody's trophy wife, right? I ain't nobody's
Right.
trophy wife. I'm not just gonna sit here and be on mute and look pretty. Like Melania Trump is a trophy wife, right?
Absolutely.
And don't nobody respect that bitch.
Nope.
Nobody respects Melania Trump for being a trophy wife. We just don't. She doesn't have any credentials. Okay, cool. You gave birth to Baron Trump. Bitch, we don't respect you. Trophy wife. So
Y'all need to quit with these new movements.
I
I'm
would love to.
telling you.
You know what? A kept woman, yes. A kept woman. I am not disrespected by being a kept woman. Bills paid, kids taken care of. Da, da, da. A
Look
trophy
nice,
wife,
smell nice.
right? Kept woman. Period.
A
We got
kept
people out
woman.
here. True Freeman is a kept man. Okay.
Oh my God.
There's kept men. There's kept women. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's nobody's a trophy. Tokenizing. You're tokenizing it.
Mhm.
Let me just bring you out so you can be pretty, and then let me put you back up in my shelf.
Mhm. When I no longer need to show you off.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm. But
Mhm.
this is what some of the women in the sisterhood want to they that's what their, whole mission is in life is to be someone's trophy wife.
And that's what I consider the pick me's. We changed the verbiage.
Mm.
Pick me. So you want to be somebody's trophy. Okay. And what about your children, my love?
Mhm. 'Cause we seen what
So
happened to this trophy wife.
when your kids go act out at school with my kids, right? When your kids are in school and you haven't addressed certain things, because she's not the only one, but when your kids are old enough to go to school with my kids and your kids are acting out, wanting to, slice somebody, shoot up the school, blah, blah, blah. Now my kids are gonna have to retaliate against your kids because they got a mother like me. Like, bitch,
Mhm.
we see a red flag when we see it. Okay? Like, hey, hold on. Hold on. And I love it. My kids even know they're like, I don't know. They have something going on. I'm like, all right, we'll leave it be.
Right.
My kids will
Leave
tell me,
them
like,
alone.
I ask them, I'm like, what happened to your friend so and so? And they're like, mm. They got stuff going on. Their grandpa moved. They live with their blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh dang. And it's really sad to hear from my kids. It is sad to hear from my kids how much their friends might have a higher
Dysfunctional.
class, well, a
Mm.
higher class standing, because my kids don't come from a poor community, but they're not like the richest people in the school. So they have friends that are maybe a little upper echelon than them. But my kids come home and they can see mom and dad might walk in the house. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Hey, dad, I haven't seen you. You know what I mean? It's not like, what is my dad doing here? You know what I mean? It's nothing crazy. So and my kids are, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. we just don't have that craziness here. There's no man allowed to come put his hands on me. I'm not allowed to put hands on, you know what I mean? We're just not there. Once upon a time it
Right.
was crazy, but it's just not there. It's just not there. Like, no. And if you see something, say something, and that goes for my kids and their friends.
Mhm.
And it's bad when my kids are like, no, mom, they're going through something else. And I'm like, are they okay? Yeah, but my kids don't even want to mess with it because they can see something on them. I'm like,
Right.
they don't want to get involved.
Mm-mm. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta know when to step. You got
Mhm.
to just know.
Well, that's something I speak upon my kids. I don't hide it. And I've never been a parent to hide that type of, hey, the world is real and it's ugly out there.
But it can be beautiful if you make it that way.
Yeah. And that's why you get to come home,
Mhm.
you know,
Because my
smell
life
good.
is beautiful. Does it have moments of crash and burns? Yes. Does it have moments where it feels like all hope could be lost? Abso-fucking-lutely. But
Well,
again, that's the journey of life. You have to
Godmomma,
learn how to be
your parent,
grateful with it.
your kids aren't taking their panties down talking about it's red while their mom's on YouTube editing a video.
Hell no.
Hi, Oshun. Ooh, Oshun, we gonna switch gears.
Hey, Ocean.
Hey. So, and I do tell that to my kids. If your friend is getting abused or starving or, you know, invite them over because we don't do that here.
Right,
We don't.
right.
Okay.
Safe haven. We
Now,
talked about
if
that.
they doing something extra, please don't get caught up with them that way.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So we do have some kids on the block that are welcome here, regardless of what's going on in their home. Because, same here. My house isn't perfect, but nobody's getting abused. Nobody's getting starved, neglected, punished unjustly.
Right.
Okay. And ladies, you don't have to be the trophy. Okay.
No.
You do not have to be a fucking trophy. Don't worry about Shara 7 and her, this is how you get a man, and this you take him for his money and you take him for this. Why? So he can take your daughter for her panties?
Mm.
Don't piss
Or
me
your
off.
son for his?
Don't
Come
piss
on
me
now.
off because you're gonna be hurt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt some feelings. I'm gonna hurt some feelings. Oh
It's like,
shoot.
what are we doing here? We gonna move on, but I just gotta say this. It's w- uh, I feel like I've screamed this for almost an hour and 37 minutes now, but I understand we as women are chaotic beings. That's how we were created. That's how the Most High created us, so we can create. But the Most High also gave us the ability, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding of how to control that chaos. Y'all, women at this point don't know whether we hot or cold. We got women that are ready to divorce their husbands, shave their head, and women who are willing to be put on the shelf as trophies and their children touched on. I can't I
For a
can't
click and a
join no
view, though.
circle. I can't
For a
join
click
no
and a view.
circle. All
For
of
a
it is
click
for a
and
click and a fucking view, friend. All of it is delusional and false realities. And I'm not subscribing. And as my good friend Nikki Crayon says, I am not participating.
a view.
Okay? I'll be over here. Y'all have fun with it. Love you anyways. I hope you heal. Period.
Mhm. And as I've heard from many of the Black sisters, don't call on me when you need me.
Amen. Ashe.
Okay. Oshun is in the building. Hi, Oshun. I don't want to put you on blast, but I'm going to. We're gonna switch little gears here, y'all. Carbonation. We have not discussed it. It's not something we want to dive deep into tonight. But we will address it.
Mhm.
There have been multiple members of the carbonation people getting hemmed up, locked up. Talk about women who let their kids get abused.
Mm.
Okay. Switch it over to carbonation. Talk about men who want to put their wives on pedestals and put them in a cabinet. Right? Woman is God, but you got to be God in the cabinet.
Okay.
So, I guess we'll probably end off here. There's so many things I could go off on tonight, but I won't. You got to do that one today. Okay. Oh, shoot. Let me come over here because I saw you did this. It was adorable. She did this. What do you call that, Godmomma? Those little AI images you guys make.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! Oh, Shun did one for the light skin and the dark skin.
Oh my God.
Ah! Oh, Shun, let me pull you up. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta do it from the chat. Hold on. Oh, Shun put up anyway, so we'll get into that. So ex carbonation members, if you guys are still caught up with carbonation, please send a kite to Latanya Jones because I need to
Mm-hmm.
talk to her. Okay,
Yeah.
I need to talk to her. I gotta talk to get Latanya. So hold on. Oh shoot, let me come over here. What do you
But we've been telling y'all for a while, that it ain't over until it's over, and it ain't over.
mm-hmm.
Um, it's
Boy, these boys are getting hammed up left and right.
yeah. They're moving drugs out of from our country to another country. It's a whole network, and in my tinfoil hat opinion, all leads back to Mr. Eligio Bishop because he needs some money, y'all.
Well,
And
first, there's not everybody that's listening or catching the replay knows what we're talking about. They don't
Mhm.
know. So what we're gonna tell you guys is, and Ocean, that's your link to you, babe. So what happened with some of the ex-carbonation members, y'all, is they got hemmed up. Okay. And hemmed up, not like Bishop, but they got hemmed up
By the feds.
by the feds. And I'm talking about Solar, Musa, Hadu, and there's about 3 others that got hemmed up. They got hemmed up smuggling drugs.
Mhm.
And it was marijuana. So it
Mhm.
wasn't anything super hardcore. It was marijuana. So if you guys follow some of the carbonation people, I won't say their names over here. Yeah, they got hemmed up traveling with drugs.
Mhm.
And they are now in federal holding. Supposedly there's people telling on each other. Supposedly it's so and so's fault, so and so's fault. Like Godmomma said, it all really falls back on Bishop,
Mhm.
aka Nature Boy.
Yeah.
It really all falls back on him because this is what he's trained his people to do. Are they
Mhm.
dumb enough to follow his training? Yes. The same way some
Absolutely.
bitches are dumb enough to be trophy wives. Solar
Yep.
was a trophy wife. Musa was a
Mhm.
trophy wife for Bishop.
Yep. Come on now. Come
So
on.
they have been hemmed up and
I'm
we
kinda
go
sorry,
ahead.
go
What?
ahead.
No,
Well,
well, I was gonna
since the feds have finally stepped in, I will say a prayer is answered.
Mm.
'Cause we've
I
been
was gonna say
asking
we've
for
been
the
kind
feds.
of waiting for the feds to step in, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been waiting for the feds to
Plus
step
1
in
equals
for
2
years.
for years. And y'all don't listen for I know my carbonation nature boy sector people still listen. Y'all better follow it back Because if you remember, this shit is fucking why he look like Gollum though? If y'all follow it back, what was that man getting smuggled into the prison, into the Fulton County Jail, DeKalb County Jail? What was he getting smuggled in? Okay, what were they smuggling out? If you know, you know. If you want to know, you
Catch a
already know.
replay. If you want to know, catch a replay.
Mhm. Because they're all still working together behind the scenes. There are some that have probably gotten caught up in some okey doke, some bullshit that they, didn't really understand what they had going on. But I guarantee you that pipeline go all the way back to Bishop. He trying to get this lawyer still. Y'all don't understand what Macon State Prison is like. We showed a glimpse of it in our life in Georgia State prisons. Just a small glimpse. That man needs money to survive for the rest of his life in Macon, in Georgia, period. He is doing everything he can to survive, and these goofies are okay doing it because they get a little coin at the end of the day. And they feel like they ain't hurting nobody because it's just marijuana. You're putting your life at the line. Solar, you have 2 children out here in this world. Musa got about 4, 5 of them things out here in this world. And you 2 goofballs got got a whole new opportunity in life. Because in all reality, Musa should be sitting behind bars just like Nature Boy should for the sexual assault on Tori, aka Joy,
Yes.
for holding her false imprisonment. Because he did the
Mhm.
same thing.
Yes.
If you really get down to the nitty-gritty, Solar should be in there too. Maybe not Elwat, but he should be serving time for the bullshit he did while in the cult.
The
Y'all
link I just dropped is for the Georgia State Prison Live. Go ahead and check that out. But go ahead, Godmomma.
They got a whole new life, freedom, and they chose like real big goofies to continue to keep working for him. And that's unfortunate. And I hope the judge smacks them real heavy and hard on the head. I hope yeah. I hope the judge
What
smacks them real heavy and hard.
what we fail to recognize is what you put out comes back.
Mhm.
And that goes back to the beginning of our show, Godmomma. Why are we putting out fear, paranoia, insecurities? Why? It's
Mhm.
going to come back on us. No,
It
we
is.
come out with strength, respect, secure, and ready to
Maintain and sustain and thrive.
there you go. There you go.
Period. Break away from your abuser that you perceive.
Oh, Shun, and the ones that don't want to take it fall by the wayside.
Mhm.
I'm drawing a line in the sand. I don't have time for people who don't want to take it. Cool. I'm not forcing you.
Mhm.
Don't force me to take it, and I won't force you to take it. How about that? How about
Yeah.
there's a line in the sand? I don't have to put up with your bullshit. And when I see it, when I see that you were a false prophet, when I see that you don't walk it like you talk it, when I see that you are not willing to die about the shit you preach or practice, then don't be upset when I stand on my side of the sand.
Mhm. Mhm.
Stand on yours and I'll stand on mine.
Well, we knew something was up, right, when Musa did that interview with the T and he started coming back out and you were like, that shit looked like he was recruiting. And then I think at one point in time, Oshun was doing what Oshun does, and she was like, "Wait, is Solar in London?
Let's
Because this
drag
looks
him. Let's
familiar."
drag him one more time, just for heaven's sake. This was let's pull it up, Godmomma. We
And
don't
I
have
was
to.
like, "What is going on? What is in
Yeah,
London?
let's
What is
pull this shit
here?"
up because we played it for our people,
Mm,
didn't we?
yes. I think I'm gonna have to put my hat on
It was
because I've been scratching my head about this. What the hell is in London? Who? And y'all, I was just watching a cult trial. It ended today, of a young woman who was in a
the
cult.
baby stabber.
Yeah, and they did give her a reason of insanity. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I just thought to myself, "Damn, what if that was Velvet? What if that was
Mm-hmm.
Anna,
Or
Janae?"
Mariah stabbed her mom. We tend
Right,
to forget about Mariah stabbing her mom.
right.
Some of these people have projected the energy brought onto them. Some of these people, go ahead.
Well, that's what I meant, Nikki. It probably didn't come out that way, but that's what I meant. Girl,
What did
it's
Nikki say? Who's in London?
that's
Mean
what we're
Mug.
trying to figure out.
Mean Mug, we won't speak on everything that we know. However, Solar went live in London. He got busted trying to bring over he got busted by the feds out in San Diego trying
Mhm,
to bring over some bricks. Yo,
mhm.
this shit was so old school. This shit
Oh,
sound like some 1990s type shit. Like back in the 90s, we was carrying bricks. Like, what are y'all doing? Anyways, um, Solar took his dumb ass. Not just Solar. There was a few ex carbonation members that were traveling overseas, and I can't even say they were all going to London. But Solar actually went live in London. Was like, look how clean it is. And Oshun did a reaction live, and she was like, "It's not that clean. You're not from here. What are you talking about?" um, so y'all go sub up to Oshun. Shout out to Oshun. But yeah, Solar took his light skinned goofy ass over there and then bragged about it. And then now, he's caught up with the feds. But this is what we have right here is the last time we saw Moose's dumbass do a live interview. Let me how do I do? Oh,
It's okay to feel weak. It's okay to be depressed. Follow that. Follow it within you, yo. You'll tap into everything. You're prepackaged and perfect. You're prepackaged and perfect. God made. For him is not important.
no.
For your accounts. And I need to go in and unblock Yollywood. I'll be
Rich guy.
nice.
Hold on.
Time to get off on this nigger's ass. Musa. Nobody asked you, well, the T asked you, I guess, to come up. But nobody asked you to come up here and deflect. Nobody asked you to come up here and promote. If that's the type of time you're still on, you don't need a platform ever the fuck again. And the T, do you. That's your channel. That's your platform. You've always brought us somewhat exclusives or whatever, or things that we've missed. We've always come to you as I'll say like a Britannica for the cult.
Right.
You've always been our encyclopedia, our archivologist.
Our archive. Mhm.
Mhm. All of those things. But this man has raped, attempted to rape, has abused, has never spoken against Bishop. This man has never come out and said, I don't stand for the shit Bishop was standing for. Never once has he done that. This man thinks he gonna come up here and float his way through the fucking airwaves, and we're gonna be like, wow, that's amazing. He's recruiting. This man used the T's platform to recruit. He didn't use it to dispel. He didn't use it to cast away. He used it to entice and to bring in. He doing all this. I would have. Boom. Y'all catch the replay off that. Okay.
And was no lies told. No lies were told. because that's exactly what his goofy self was doing. And then he went, and then his girlfriend had an abortion and left, and some old weirdo shit. Like, and then come to find out you running drugs with him. Like, girl, y'all. That's why I say I can't trust none of y'all. Um, None of that. I don't. Oh shoot. I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you, baby. What is Malia's new name? Because I didn't catch it, and I refuse to go to Bigo. So unless somebody plays it, I won't on YouTube. I won't see it because I refuse to go to Bigo. Shout out to Tracy. I mean
Shout out to
Tracy.
Tracy. She said
Trace.
Tracy. She said
Yeah,
Tracy. No, Tracy.
Tracy.
Tracy by nature.
Tracy with her WhatsApp agency. Okay, on Bigo. But my ass refuses to go because Malia, Lucia.
Okay. That's her
Okay,
new
girl.
name. Okay. Huh. Interesting.
I am not impressed.
Hold on,
Who gave
Oshun.
her this stuff?
I'm gonna mod you up real quick, Oshun, just for this live,
I'll
not
go
for
take a
forever.
nap. Boo.
And then you drop every link you have for us to catch. Okay, babe. I'll mod you up. Only for this live though, Oshun. The wrench will not stay, babe. But drop every freaking link you have for our people, please.
Yeah. But yeah, that's carbonation news, y'all. They out here smuggling drugs, doing the most, living false lives, not taking care of their responsibilities like they should, because they think that working for the white man's system is beneath them. But they're about to go really experience what being in the white man's system is all about. And that is the prison system. Okay. For people who break the law. Okay. Your goofy ass knew you was not supposed to be getting on a plane with drugs flying to a whole nother country. For what? You act like those people over there don't have access to drugs. That's why I keep asking, who is the person receiving? But don't worry, the FBI will find out. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
They really do me mug. They really do. Yes, they really do.
Thank you, Ocean. Thank you, babe. Yeah, let us catch up on that because I'm a little behind. Okay, and drop
I'm
any other
very
links. Drop
behind.
your channels. Drop both channels if you want, Ocean. Get carried away. Mean Mug, I don't even know what to say about half of these people. We've talked about a lot of things tonight, and I just don't eat. I'm just I don't know what to say. I don't want to say it's a lost hope. It's just a place of like, I don't fuck with none of y'all anymore. And like, and I've never fucked with carbonation people, but I'm like, I don't, there's no trust with anybody anymore.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nothing in the water is clean at this point.
Yeah. Nothing in the water is clean. Yes.
Because too
They
much is
need,
going on at one time. You know what I mean? Movie deals, interviews wanting to be done, and series, and now drug smuggling, and too much is going on. Okay, so be mindful and aware. Is all I can say.
I'm not participating
Period.
with you or your dysfunctional views, you or your psychotic views, you and your unhealed wounds, you and your triggers. I don't have to participate.
Nope.
I don't give a fuck about a carbonation or the ex members. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it. Will I
But
be
it
a,
is
NAB and you know what I'm saying? Look at some things. Yeah, sure. We got old Shun
yeah.
in the building. Drop your stuff. I'm not going. How
Mm-mm.
dare you glorify? See, I consider myself an NAB. I'm like a level 1 a NAB, right? Some of y'all are level 7s. Some of y'all are level 7s, level 8s, level 12s, level 15. Some of y'all are off the Richter scale, right? The Richter scale. Like some of y'all have surpassed NABism.
Mhm.
I go, what? I consider myself an NAB because I be, earlier today we were playing some Tupac, some Dr. Dre. We was playing some of that ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Two loped out niggas going crazy. That's me being an NAB. Some of y'all need some NABs in your life.
Mm.
Cause y'all have lost your minds.
Mhm.
Y'all out here sucking trans. Never
You
Well,
yeah.
no, let me say it, Godmomma. Let me say it. Some of y'all have had a deep throat to transgender, but
Mhm.
want me to take advice from you. Some of y'all have tainted your wine with your ways. Some of y'all
Mhm.
have tainted your teachings with your hypocrisy. Some of y'all have tainted your teaching, spellings, whatever. I don't want your Jordans. I know this sounds crazy, but I don't want your Jordans if you've committed a crime in them. I
Right.
don't.
Right. And I don't want your food when it's prepared with dirty hands and bad intentions.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No thanks.
Observing stuff, you red ball it, baby. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just I cannot do it. I'm with Godmomma because at first I was like, let's do a sister circle. No, fuck y'all.
Mhm.
How about that? Okay, how about that? Because some of you sisters are saboteurs.
Mhm.
Some of you
Jealousy.
sisters, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Some of you sisters are okay with being a trophy.
Mhm.
Some of you sisters are all talk, no bite. Some of you sisters are, I don't know, what do they say? Do as I say, not as I do.
Ooh. Oh no, she did it.
Some of you sisters are taking my kindness for granted. Some of you sisters will use me, and then when I'm not usable, I'm no longer your sister.
Mhm. Come on now.
Some of you sisters are holding grudges for something I had nothing to do with.
Mhm.
Some of you sisters harbor deceitfulness, manipulation tactics. Some of you sisters could never kumbaya with a bitch like me. Okay. Mm-mm-mm.
We're promoting villages now, not sisterhoods, okay? Um, because that's really if you're gonna be in fear of the new presidency, if you're gonna live in a state of what's gonna happen, anxiety, I guess I should say. Start creating you a village, a real village, not an online village, a real village, a real village. And I think even if you're not in fear, start working on creating you a village of people. You don't have to necessarily live all on the same piece of land to be a village. It's just people that you know that you can go to and rely on when you may need them, and vice versa. I have a village. Do they live in the same house on the same piece of property? No. But I have a village of online people and real life people. The real life people out are more in number than online. Uh,
Mhm.
you know, but again, it takes a village to make change. You can't be in so much fear that you lock yourself in a closet and don't wanna be bothered with anyone. No. No. Mm-mm. What you wanna what you wanna be schizophrenic? To where all you have to deal with your own thoughts and now you start creating delusions and are you okay?
Well,
Come on.
and that's something we're gonna bring up too is the schizophrenia and the spirituality.
Mhm.
Because some of y'all are listening to demons, or you are a demon, or your shadow work isn't working out for you, or you're, like I said, to me, I consider all of those things insecure and
Mhm.
you're projecting.
Mhm.
You're too busy worried about what someone else is doing instead of saying, hey, this is what I'm doing. Listen, if I'm building a tent and someone comes over and is like, hey, I got a tarp or I got a new way to da da da, I'm going to take heed to that. Like, oh shit, that's what's up. Thank you.
Mhm.
Appreciate you. Instead of saying, get away. No. Now, if I start seeing you slicing my tent, of course you know what I mean? That's different. But I'm all for correction, education, knowledge, wisdom.
Mhm.
But I'm not worried about if you're cuter than me, got your hair done, or nicer car, nicer house, bitch. Cool. I just
I'm
want to make
not
sure
even Go
I
ahead.
just want to make sure. Well, I just want to make sure me and mine are good. Me and mine are fed. Me and mine grow our own. Okay, cool. I'm from a place where bartering is still active.
Mhm.
Like, let me learn from you. Let me trade with you. Let me not be jealous of you. And let me develop something because I'm gaining knowledge off you.
Right.
So what I learned from you, I get to take home to my family and hopefully vice versa. Hopefully oh, I went to someone's house and they was growing okra. This is a true story. Hold on. This is a true story. I did go to a friend's house. No, it wasn't even my friends. It was a friend through a friend. So I had a friend that was like, hey, I have a friend that's growing things and I know you grow things, blah, blah, blah. So I did get some okra this year. I've never grown okra in my life, but I traded tomatoes, onions, and potatoes. I got okra, rosemary, and a parsley plant. Okay. So it was, and it was just like a family barbecue situation. Like, oh shit! And my friend came over and was like, "Hey, I got a friend." And she came over with a bountiful thing, so I had to send her back home with bountiful as well. Like, oh, okay, cool, I love it. And I was like, and I'm using some of the rosemary right now. You know what I'm saying? We putting it on the ham for Thanksgiving. So,
Mhm.
but I don't know. Let me not be jealous. Like, oh my gosh, this bitch came over here with this, that, and the other, and she thinks she's better than me. What? No, you're not better than me. Thank you so much for turning me on. And
Or even just add in, like, say you voted for Kamala and she voted for Trump and you said, "No, I don't wanna trade with you because of your political views." Think of how crazy that is.
like, damn, I don't get rosemary. I can't get fresh. What is it called? Okra. I can't
Right.
get your organic okra because
No. No. 'Cause of your political views. Like, we have gotten to this point in division, and it is sickening. It is sickening that we have gotten to this point in division, but you know what? It's alright, and it's okay, 'cause I didn't vote for anybody, and I won't vote for anybody, not ever, unless I I couldn't tell you. I don't even know if I would have voted for Malcolm X back in the day, I mean, honestly, because when you run in this system, you run in this system. I don't want someone no one could ever represent me in that system, if that makes sense. Um, so I just gotta get by and make the best of this situation and live my life and gratitude for every moment of every waking day, and gratitude of the people that I encounter, no matter their walk of life, even down to the bitch or the asshole that I encounter. How I respond to them is up to me. And what's disheartening is I have learned this from people who are now flipping on what they've taught.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm not going against that. What you got going on ain't got shit to do with me. What you got going on ain't got nothing to do with me. What you eat don't make me shit. Okay? If
Mhm.
Andy if Trump hands over education to the states and Andy Beshear gets to acting crazy in the state of Kentucky with his education system, guess what, baby? I will pack up my shit and I will move. And is moving hard? Absolutely. But what helps? Proper planning and preparation
Mhm.
to get yourself up out of that situation. Amen. Ashe. Period.
Mhm.
If Trump gives another thing to the state and Andy Beshear says, "Well, we're going to do it this way," and I say, "Yeah, I don't want to do it that way." Guess what? Proper planning and preparation. I'm gonna get my ass the fuck up on out of here, or pull my kids from school and homeschool them. I mean, I have options. Will it be difficult? Yeah, but hey, if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. Isn't that what they say?
Mhm. Mhm. Pry it from my dead hands, because
Okay.
I'm not going out with what you're going out with. I'm not. And that's your choice, right? That's your
Mhm.
choice. We got to respect people's choices and not
Yeah.
force people. Or if you truly love somebody, you're not going to force them like to think like you. Like the people
Mhm.
that I have chosen to love, not just like my blood relatives or whatever, but the people I've chosen to love, none of them think like me. None of them.
Right.
We have conversations where we agree, but at the end of the day, we all run such a different type of whatever.
Mhm.
I don't have anybody that I've chosen to love and make a part of my everyday life. We all live different lifestyles.
Mhm.
Y'all be surprised in this motherfucker. It's very what do they call that? A variety. It's a variety of people in this motherfucker. I got some
Right.
people that smoke, I got some people that drink, I got some people going to church, I got some people doing this, I got some people, putting me onto astrology, I got some people da da da. Like none of them are quote unquote abusers. Um, but we don't live the same life. That's one thing I think
Mhm.
we all kind of that's our common ground is like we're not abusers. Um, to children, animals, disrespectful abusers. Um, but we all have different ways of how we run our household, how we run our lifestyles, how we run our marriages or children
Mhm.
upbringing.
And
Yeah.
still love you at the end of the day, and would move mountains, take
Mhm.
lives at the
Yes.
end of the day, you know?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
best friend my me and my best friend don't share the same political views. And she, she understands but doesn't understand, and that's okay. I love her anyways. I would never disown her because of who she chose to vote for, or whether she thinks abortion is right or not right, or whatever. It comes down to, are you a good person? Are you a good person? Because there are good people that voted for Trump. There are good people that voted for Kamala. There are good people that voted for Jill. There are good people that decided not to vote at all. And there are good people who went and wrote whatever the hell they wrote in there. That is their choice, their right, and it should be private. But we want to just make all this shit so public because of social media. Everybody wants to go viral, and it's just turning into a shit show. This delusional reality to where you can go to any platform and be in any world, really. And it's oh my god. That's why, y'all, I took a whole sabbatical off the internet because it just started to get crazy to me. How the fear mongering was being pushed, how false information was being pushed, how exaggerated information was being pushed, and it was pushing people into these realities of fear. Fear, fear, fear. Be afraid. All we heard during presidential elections was if Trump is in office, something bad is going to happen. That's all that was shoved down people's throats. So I'm not surprised that people are afraid. I'm not surprised. And we
Well,
have
I'm
to wake up.
surprised on the people who are afraid because the people I thought were warriors, go-getters, fighters over here scared, cutting their hair off, talking about don't knock on my door if you need anything. I'm like, okay, and I won't because I didn't knock on your door 6 years ago. Okay. If I didn't knock on your door the first time Trump was president, what makes you think I'm about to knock on your door today? Okay. If I didn't knock on your door let me stop.
Okay.
Listen, if y'all are more afraid of Trump than Bush, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Look, Bush's first term in office, he was fucking shit up. Okay.
Okay.
And y'all talking about Trump, like, please get out my face. Okay. Are y'all ready
The
for that
pandemic.
conversation or not? Are y'all ready to talk about Bush versus Trump? Oh, okay. No?
How
Oh,
he handled the pandemic. Like, how did anybody handle the
China.
pandemic?
China.
It's coming from. Now
He
we've
didn't
got to worry
handle it.
about.
He blamed China.
Mhm. And it
Trump
was
didn't
coming
handle
out of
shit.
China.
China.
I mean, it was coming out of China, so, he wasn't really, and I understand
I
Trump's mouth is distasteful. I understand he ain't everybody's cup of tea, but a lot of my friends are not everybody's cup of tea, and that's just how it is.
you can say my name. We all know Lurker's not everybody's cup of tea. I'm Godmomma's friend. And I am not everybody's cup of tea. Listen, sometimes you got to tell some people, and we talked about this Godmomma. Shout out to Kylie. I don't know if you're listening. Shout out to my other best friend, Cassandra. I see you in the bushes, baby. That's my okra queen. Thank you, okra queen. Let me tell y'all something. Again, this might hurt some feelings. Sometimes I don't have the educated words to disrespect you or make you feel disrespected. Sometimes I'm just going to say, bitch, fuck you. Sometimes I'm just going to say that. Sometimes I'm going to say, shut the fuck up. Okay. Sometimes that doesn't mean I don't love you. That just means I don't want to hear what the fuck's coming out your mouth. I don't agree with you, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want you to think that that's the end of our relationship.
Right.
Like I don't know, maybe that's a toxic response. Maybe me, us having a cuss out battle like, girl, fuck you, and you, da, 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 or just, if I love you, I love you. Like Godmomma said, it doesn't matter who you voted for or this, that, and the other. If you're a good person, you're a good person. We can have heated conversations without
Right.
losing respect for each other.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Without, feeling some type of way. I do have something. This gonna hurt some feeling. Okay. I'm a hurtful feeling type of person.
Mhm. I
And
think I even bought Nikki Crayons a cup that I found in a store one day that says something similar to "Not everybody's cup of tea."
Mhm. Just not.
Just
And
not.
we know Nikki Crayons ain't.
Uh-uh.
When Nikki come in the chat, and some people be like, I disagree. And she's like, well, good for you. I'm glad you do. Let's talk about it. And they're like, I
Let's
don't want to
talk
talk about
about
it
it.
after you've called me out 17 times.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm not for everybody. Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm
for
just we're not. And we shouldn't be, y'all. That's the beautiful part of loving people. You shouldn't just
Mhm.
love people who are relatable to you. How about you love somebody that you know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Like my
Like,
granny
oh
used to
shit.
say, "It takes all kinds to run the world."
It's a quilt.
Mhm.
It's a
Even the
quilt.
Musas and the Solars and the
It's a
trophy
quilt.
wives and the crazy
Mhm.
weirdos. It takes all kinds to run this world, and
Y'all must have forgot about quilt making because it took all kinds of fabrics to make a quilt.
Mhm.
There were scrap quilts, there was cotton quilts, silk, satin, rayon. It takes all kinds of fabrics to, you know what I mean, make a quilt that's like, "Oh, wow."
Mhm. It
And
does.
I do follow a never mind. I was gonna say I do follow some old ladies that make quilts, and they're absolutely gorgeous, and they tell us
You
all
know,
about them.
that's what that's my dream when I get old and
It's
retired is make
it's
quilts.
yeah, to make like join a sewing class and just be like
Yeah.
there with like other old ladies and be like, you just talk your drama and make a quote. I'm like, oh, this is
As
my
long
son's
as we can
t-shirt.
smoke joints while we make
Mhm.
our quilts.
Well,
Okay.
and it's your ex-husband's. Oh, this is my ex-husband's old piece of denim, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna quilt with that. Like, y'all tend to forget, but never mind. Yeah, we're not doing a sister circle. Y'all tend to forget women clothed, fed, recipeed, provided, sourced, resourced, recycled, reused. Child, while y'all going to war and battling people, women made it happen. And it's women that are beefing with each other for no reason. Well, while we're beefing about women, let's talk about trans because you know how I am.
Oh god.
I just want to play this. I can't help it. There's some issues going on. Let's talk about it. Let's see how the women feel. Let's go. Buckle up.
That being a feminist makes me an extremist. I'm totally here for it.
Is this effort in response to Congresswoman McBride's coming to Congress?
Yes, and absolutely, and then some. I'm not going to stand for a man. If someone with a penis is in the women's locker room, that's not okay. And I'm a victim of abuse myself. I'm a rape survivor. I have PTSD from the abuse I've suffered at the hands of a man. And I know how vulnerable women and girls are in private spaces. So I'm absolutely 100% going to stand in the way of any man who wants to be in a women's restroom, in our locker rooms, in our changing rooms. I will be there fighting you every step of the way.
Every step of the way. She can come to my sister circle. Yeah.
Every step of the way.
She can come quilt with me. Okay. So are we down with the sisters or are we hanging out with the brothers? What are we doing, ladies? Okay. Because if we're hanging out with the brothers, some of them might have a dress on. So you got to, lay again. We've read the book of Revelations. You can't be lukewarm.
Mm.
You got to pick a side.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Mhm.
women, are we okay being trophy wives? Are we okay with men in our bathrooms? Are we okay with just letting men treat us any kind of way? Which one is it, ladies? Which one is it?
I don't know.
Like I said, you're going to have to pry
They
it. Pry it out of my hands.
I sat here, to Oshun's comment, I sat here and looked up this Lucia Isis Malia name.
Mhm.
And I don't know, I'll have to catch your video to hear what she says, and, but just from looking up the meaning, ISIS was ISIS was the one who her husband died, and she put him back together and brought him back to life.
Oh, that was the original
Yeah.
Dr. Frankenstein.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, she was the original. Yes.
Yes, and yes. Eh, so I'm confused, maybe because he has a son named Osiris, I'm confused, and Lucia means light, so I don't know where she's going with this, but it sounds like to me that it's like I del I don't know. I don't know. Or is she claiming Islamic State? Because, those are trigger words right now.
Well, and then they're covering themselves. Well, if you're
Because don't play with them people because they picking them up left and right. You hear me?
well,
They
and
just
you're a woman is not allowed to speak up against the system. So, which
absolutely
one is
not.
it? If you're a Muslim, the system is the system.
And you got to accept it for what it is.
As a woman,
Mhm. Yeah.
Islamic women are not allowed to come up and fight for their men.
No.
They're just not. Muslim women are not allowed to come up and fight for their man. They're not. That's not a woman's place.
And Lucia is Roman. It's not even Egyptian. It has no Egyptian ties to it. Is
Imagine that. Imagine that. Child, Malia. Never mind. I was going to say her government name. I'll leave it alone. Listen, it's
or
spiritual
Saint Lucy.
warfare. And it's also, I'm no longer saying it's spiritual warfare. It's now warfare against dumbasses versus non-dumbasses. That's it.
That's really it.
That's it. Okay. Emotionally intelligent against emotionally unintelligent or unintelligent or emotionally I'm going to say a word that will hurt feelings, retarded, right?
Mhm. Delayed, yes.
Delayed.
Arrested.
Yeah, I'm not saying retarded as a curse word. I'm saying it as a psychological term.
Mhm. Yeah.
There is some discrepancies with your developmental sovereignty, right?
Yes, and I think a lot of people need to log off because what you're feeding your brain is really now becoming your reality. So please, log the fuck off. Okay? Find something to watch. Sit and watch some old Betty's making quilts or something. You know? Uh, and this isn't to my people who are just living their best life and not giving a care in the world. Do what you do. Keep doing what you doing. This is for the people that are in a state of constant fear and anxiety and don't know what to do. You need to switch your lifestyle up. You need to switch up what you're feeding yourself, not just with food. You need to exit conversations that are fear-based. You need to exit places that just wanna keep you in constant anxiety and turmoil. The news is the worst thing to watch. I would
Well,
rather a person read articles than to watch your local news. Nowadays, you can find news stations that are not propagating news.
well, and you're supposed to have like 3 witnesses before it becomes true. So, if you're going to look up one source, have 2 sources to back up that source,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Independent sources at that, not homies, right? Because I can call a
Mhm.
kiss ass. I can call somebody and be like, "Hey, stick up, vouch for me," right?
Yep.
These need to be independent. I dropped the link Link is open for the sisters. And that's being sarcastic. The link is open for anybody. But please correct us. Have Godmomma and I said something that didn't fit with you that you want to correct? Come shut us down, please. Okay, because we don't want to sit up here and what do you call it, Godmomma? Soapbox.
Mhm.
We're not up
Mhm.
here to soapbox. Okay. That's Sister Shady. That's Sister Shady. Shout out to what's his gay name? Not Jeffrey Dahmer, not Jeffrey Star.
Oh
The other
god.
what's the other
Jeffrey
Jeffrey or
Dahmer.
what's the other gay boy who sings that song? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
He does the sisters. We're sisters. I can't think of his
I
name.
don't participate in that.
Gosh, I can't think of his name. You guys, James Charles. Thank you. Thank you. James Charles. Yes. Yeah. Godmomma, check the chat. Okay. Check the chat, Godmomma. So there's a link. Y'all
Oh,
still
yeah, James Charles.
James Charles. Sister.
Mhm.
That's what he calls him. So again, they're fighting against the last little thing I played was fighting against some of the transgenders using the bathroom.
Mhm.
I am not against transgenders using anybody's bathroom because I don't use public bathrooms. I'm big on that. And I'm big on that when I take my kids to the bathroom. I'm huge on let me go with you. And my daughter is grown and we still go to the bathroom together. And when my son goes to the bathroom, I'm still kind of like, when I'm thinking about when we go on road trips, like I'm not thinking about my son going to like, his parts, you're a grown man.
Mhm.
I'm just thinking about, road trip or group activities. We still kind of do restrooms as a group. We do. When we go out to a restroom, we're like, oh, I'm going to the bathroom. And me and Gracie go together. And my son's like, I'm going to go too. But he goes to the man bathroom and he kind of waits outside till we're done. I don't know. That's just kind of how I've brought in my family up. Because to me, assaults happen in the bathroom. And shout out to the little transgenders, Queen Tulsa, love you. However, assaults have happened in the bathroom. So I've
Mhm.
always, my whole entire upbringing of my kids, it's kind of a group activity. Like, oh, we're all going to the bathroom together. And my son is now older. Like he's still kind of, even when he wasn't older, we still kind of just do it. He goes to the boys and he waits for mom. Or I
Mhm.
wait for whoever's done first. If it's a public restroom, we wait for whoever went in.
Right.
And that's just what we do. Even if we're at football games or stadiums, we don't do separate bathroom uses because it's gross in the bathroom. And it's not because we fear transgenders. We just don't. Bathroom assaults happen. And it
They
does
really
though.
do. They really do.
I mean, you
More
go
than we
to
like to agree
yes.
admit.
Yes. People little kidnappings and stuff like that. Like there are some perverts that linger around a bathroom, male or female. So I don't care if you're trans or not, just don't touch my children. Period. Okay? I don't care what bathroom you use. We don't like public bathrooms, but if we have to use them, we go as a group or that's it. I don't ever send my kids to the bathroom and be like, I'll be right here on the other side of the stadium waiting for you. No, I'll walk down with you. Or you go with your friends, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the same way. I mean, I don't have a problem. It would just take me aback or you know what I'm saying? If I walk out the bathroom stall and a transgender woman walks out the next one, I am gonna be like, like, "Oh, shit." I'm
But
probably
if
not
they're
gonna
not
make a
flashing
scene.
you,
Right, I'm not gonna make
right.
a scene like, "Oh my god, what are you doing?" No, as long as they're respectful, I'm respectful. It is what it
Mhm.
is, man, woman,
And
child,
half of
elder.
them have better not bathroom etiquette, but what do you call that when you put on your makeup or like you reapply your makeup? Like, oh, okay, girl. What
Mhm.
I could learn a lot from some of these trans men. They're more up to date on some of that. I don't trust my kids going to the bathroom with anybody, whether it's a grown woman or a grown man or a trans or I don't give a fuck. I don't trust any adult with my kids. How about that?
Right.
I don't care if you're dressed as Santa Claus. I don't trust you. Oh,
Mhm.
Hello. It's your father. Hi, Daddy. Can I finish up my live stream and call you back?
Sure.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
Oh my God. All right. That's my call time. I didn't know it was already 9:00.
It's 9 o'clock on the dot. We in the drop top, cruising the
Cruising
street.
streets. Got a real. I can't even sing that song anymore because you perverts have ruined it. Got a real. It's so gross. It's so gross. Everything is so
A gay man.
hypersexualized. Can't do it.
Nope. To answer Nikki's question, before we get out of here.
Yeah. Would you prefer a gay man or a gay woman? We've talked about this, Nikki. We've talked about our gay gym teachers with our lesbian. I would prefer a gay man.
Mhm.
I would prefer a gay man than a gay woman. Is that rude?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's because gay women, not all, so don't come for me. But some of y'all need to do better, okay? Because that hygiene be on motherfucking fish
Can I
oil.
play
You hear
something
me?
that will trigger? Can I play another trigger or no?
That's up to you.
Okay. Let's talk about these gay women. Because I just uploaded something on my channel today. Let's watch it, Godmomma. Should we? I know we're all over the place like always. Or I'm all over the place, not we. Let me share this screen. Y'all, I see, and they took it down, Godmomma. Did you see it? That they took it down? They took it down. The one I sent you, they took it down.
Yeah.
But I recorded it and I recorded some other stuff. All right, family, let's watch this. While we're talking about lesbians and students and children, let's watch together, shall we? Let me watch this. This came from a LGBTQ friendly IG post. Okay. And I can't share the initial link because they took it down. But let's listen.
We didn't plan to fall this hard, but we did, and it was scary.
Michelle and Monica have a 25-year age difference, but the pair actually met 20 years ago. Michelle was actually Monica's 7th grade science teacher.
It didn't matter to me that she was my teacher, my 7th grade teacher back in 2004.
But then they didn't have any contact for 16 years until Monica came out.
I got pushed out of the closet when I was 27 by angry people. I was alone, sad, dark. Everybody walked out, everybody who I had disappointed.
She reconnected with her old teacher on Facebook, remembering that she was always a safe place.
She looked me up and asked if I still remembered her after 16 years. Of course I still remembered her.
This sparked a friendship between the two, and their relationship remained firmly in the friend zone for a year and a half before they decided to take it to the next level. They then risked it all, jumping head first into their relationship. The couple got engaged in 2022 and married the following year. Monica has 2 children who live with them half the time, and they have 2 fur babies, Winter and Cricket. With such a big age gap, the pair do get questioned on their love by viewers online, but they feel so securely in their relationship that they're happy to openly and comedically address the hate.
We're an age gap couple. Of course I have vinyl records that are older possibly than Monica. Like a virgin.
Alongside their relationship content, Monica likes to share mental health advice with her followers.
Don't give up. Push past it. But don't forget, while you're pushing past it, to work through it, to feel it,
Now they celebrate Pride every year with their followers and encourage others to be out and proud and find their lifelong love like they did.
Gay, straight, happy, sad, wherever you are, you're safe here. Have a great Pride Month. Have a great authentic month. Have a great month celebrating love.
This lesbian.
All right. So, and you can go catch the video because I end up posting the comments as well on the NAB channel. Y'all go check that out. It's called Family Let's Discuss. So it was a girl who went to school, said she was gay, linked back up with her teacher. Her teacher said, "Of course I remember you." And they end up hooking up. Okay. So if this was a man and a woman, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
It's a woman and a woman. Y'all.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Please
Listen.
don't underestimate a woman. Please don't. Because some of these women are predators as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who, if you're a teacher and your student comes back 16 years later, you'll be like, yeah, I'm ready to date you. I'm ready to marry you. And then you doing a little TikTok trend talking about like a virgin. Girl, what? What?
Mm-hmm.
So if a man was a teacher and 16 years later his student comes up and is like, hey, you remember me? And he's like, of course I remember you. Y'all do a TikTok trend. He's like, a virgin. Y'all wouldn't look at that man weird?
Mm.
So, y'all go to the NAB page to read the comments on that. And I said, wow, this shit is sick. You women, y'all can't be in the sister circle.
This shit is weird, Joe. You know,
There's a line that is never allowed to be, well, shouldn't be crossed. Medical, teacher, and psychology. Those are 3 areas where you just don't date your students or your patients.
right? She said she was in the 7th grade. She was her
7th grade.
Yeah, of course I remember.
She's now married to her 7th grade teacher.
That is so weird.
Could you imagine a woman coming out, I married my 7th grade teacher and he's a man?
Girl,
And he's
what?
over here singing a song talking about like a virgin. That's not inappropriate?
Mm.
Your sister's sick. Your sister's sick. Thank you. I love I do appreciate all the James Charles reference. Your sister's sick. Okay. If you guys know anything about James Charles, that's your sister that, your sister that. Your sister's sick. Okay. I just and I told you guys my discomfort when I was in middle school, where there was Miss Jensen. Okay, I doxed my PE teacher because she was sick, and she wouldn't let us change in the bathrooms by ourselves. She made us change in the lockers while she sat in her office, and her office was like queued into all of it was open. I was like, Miss Jensen, I want to go, you're uncomfortable at that age. Like, I don't want to share my body. My boobs are growing. I don't want to share them. And my pube hair is growing. I don't want to share it. She's like, no, you can't go change in the locker room. You got to change right here by your locker. Like, you couldn't change in the private bathrooms. Like, you had to change by your locker. Girl, I'm in the 7th grade. I'm just playing volleyball. It's just PE. No,
Right.
change right here. Bitch, you're sick. So don't just think it's men out here. It's women too.
Absolutely.
You're sick.
Absolutely.
Right. No, 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 no. They got together when they were older. So, I mean, again, and even their own community, if you go read the comments, even their own community was like, hey, this is not what we're broadcasting. This is da da da. And so they ended up taking that whole video down. I recorded it because I knew I was like, we love to bash men for how they look at women and young girls.
Mhm.
Please let's not forget some of these lesbian dykes, studs,
Yep.
predators. You don't have to have balls and a dick to be a predator. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and if she was 30 years old as her 12-year-old teacher, I'm pretty sure she does remember her.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Of course I remember you. What do you mean, of course? Was she a
Mhm.
straight A student? Y'all didn't say anything about that.
Right. What
Y'all
kind of
didn't-
teacher she was? Was she
What?
because she looked like a PE teacher, if I'm gonna be honest with you. A shop teacher, okay?
Talking about I felt safe with you. What the fuck? So I just y'all be mindful. That's why we started this show off talking about preschool and all this other stuff. Raise your kids. Raise your kids. So that way you don't come back shocked. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. Yes, you can believe because you didn't raise your kid. The streets did. The schools did. The lesbians, the gays, the trans, the
The
Donald Trumps,
gangs.
the
Mhm.
gangs, the drug lords, the pimps, the prostitutes,
Social media.
social media. Don't come back crying, oh, my kid doesn't fuck with me. No. Why would your kid fuck with you? You were too busy being a trophy wife for the internet. You were too busy putting out my business than caring for me. You were too busy doing everything except for me. I got to log off. That's why you don't see me and Godmomma up here every day, all day. You don't, and you won't. We got real life shit popping off.
Mhm.
We got kids to raise.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck about y'all. We love y'all, but we love our kids more.
Mhm.
We want to go to basketball games, band rehearsal, gymnastic rehearsal. We have other things to do. We have neighbors, we have spouses. We have other shit to do. Please, that's what I said. I don't want your kid going to school with mine, and I don't. And I don't. I don't want your badass kid who ain't got shit going for themselves. They go home and I just don't. I don't. That's why my kids can't be friends with everybody. No, they cannot. So, the same way you don't want to be friends with everybody because I'm a light skinned, nothing ass bitch. Well, please respect that same understanding. When my kids are grown and your kids are grown, understand our kids won't rub elbows because you have talked mad shit about their mother. Okay?
Mhm.
Because you think the government should support you, and I think the government should get the fuck away from me. There's a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a difference. There's a difference. Do I appreciate the support the government does give? Absolutely. Um, However, I do and I go into this system understanding the system and understanding when to get out. of the system. Um, because if you utilize it to not abuse it or weaponize it, you can accomplish, you can get yourself ahead in life. That's what it's there for. But a lot of people are using and abusing the welfare, quote unquote, system. And it's now starting to come bite everybody in the ass because we are bleeding as a country. We're bleeding in more ways than one. And it's going to be an ugly process to get to cover the wounds and get them healed. We talk about the homeless and the veteran homeless and the people who we have to have some money to take care of those people. And the people who take advantage of Social Security, disability, food stamps, cash assistance, housing, those people who take advantage of those systems don't leave room for those like the homeless that need that. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some people who abuse that system. They'll keep having one kid after another just to keep their housing, just to keep their food stamps, just to keep their cash assistance. So they don't
Well,
have to advance in life really. And that's not a race thing. That's across the board.
and that's going to hurt some people's feelings.
I know white girls who take advantage of the system. I know black girls that take advantage of the system. I know Hispanic women who take advantage of the system. I know Asian girls, women who take advantage. That is not race specific.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So if we got to clean it up, we got to clean it up. And if your shit in order, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
And then there's people that, if you have a village, fuck a government.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just sitting on your ass not doing shit for yourself, bitch, I ain't gonna do it for you.
No. No.
I'm not gonna do it for you. If you laid on your back and had them kids, if you laid up and made your choices, well then suffer those consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Because we got people that are suffering who gave their time, their limbs to this country. There are people who have gone through some other things way harder than you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and that's my take on it. That's my take on it. We dropped the link. Y'all didn't hit it, so we're not tripping. For those catching the replay, you know what I'm saying? Drop a message. If you got something to say it. Oh, wait, I do have something to say. Hold on. Today is Mama Global's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mama Global.
Happy birthday, Mama Global. Happy birthday. I'm not sure how old you didn't say. And Mama Global, you don't ever come up here and try and chin check a bitch talking about you got some okra. Okay. So happy birthday to Mama Global. She do hang out over there in the beef sector. She does have a little magazine.
Mm-hmm.
She has kind of wrapped up her own situation. She is, gone to bat on her own. So happy birthday, Mama Global. Happy birthday, my love. Happy birthday. Yep. Happy born day.
It's good to
Ooh,
see you
fucking
observing
way.
stuff. Good to see you.
Good to see you. And she looks good too.
She
Okay.
absolutely does.
Me and Clay have had a discussion. You know what I'm saying? At Mama Global, it's okay if you add you in, put your hair down. Try a different hairstyle. That's okay. Switch it up on us. You know what I'm saying? Switch it up on us, Mama Global. Mhm. Either way, Mama Global. Shout out to and Clay. I miss you dearly.
Right,
Global
where
is.
is Clyde? Well,
I
she
don't
may have been on.
know.
May have
Yeah,
been on.
you know how Clyde be in and out. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hopefully, hopefully Clyde come back. It's her 22nd birthday. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. It's Global's 22nd birthday. Period. I don't know how to pronounce this, but Hawana. Happy birthday.
Haole la Ha'ana. I know she's gonna call me and cuss me out for how I said it.
It's happy
Haole.
birthday.
I know it's Haole, I think, for sure. Because she said it to me and the kids before.
They don't they call us Hales over there in the that's what they call
uh,
white people or non anyway.
well, what is it? Haole? That's not just white people. That's like
Non-native.
yes, and uncultured,
How
disrespectful.
hal now. Oh girl, please. I ain't
Haole la Hana.
okay. Well, let me put on my skirt and get to dancing and doing my observing stuff knows how to pronounce it. Listen, at the end of the day, it's happy birthday. Okay, I know how to pronounce hal. Okay, okay, yes. Please put yourself in 2.2. 2.2. Shout out to True Freeman. You walk in my house, you're Halle. Okay.
Halle.
hmm And if you're not wearing chanclas, that's also a halle. I do know that. Okay. Okay. Oh gosh. No, we're done. It's happy born day. Shout out to Mama Global. Love it. And then I also want to give a shout out to hold on. I also want to give a shout out to Auntie in the Purge or Auntie in the whatever he goes by. Auntie in the Purge and Auntie in the
Boiler room.
Boiler room. Again, thank you for having us over with the twins and all that. That was fun. And then I also want to give another shout out to Godmomma. I adore her. I absolutely love our shows. And she is so much fun to go live with. So shout out to Godmomma. Okay.
Shout out to you.
Y'all. Yeah, well, I was gonna say y'all go subscribe, like, share I'm gonna read it one more time. That's how we started our show. I think that's how we should end our show. I thought it was wonderful. She put you wonderful educators not only in check, but just in perspective. Right? When we look up to somebody, we really look up to you. But this is what it is. Godmomma says right here. She said she's come to realize that a lot of people live in a state of paranoia, fear, and delusion. Okay? The big and bad boogeyman is around every corner waiting on you, the helpless victim. When the Most High is in you, what is there to fear? Come on now, Godmomma. I love it. Oh, I'm not sharing the screen. Let me share the screen so y'all can see how beautiful my co-host is. Let's get it. Okay. What is there to fear or be paranoid of or even create a false sense of reality for yourself? The Most High didn't create victims. The Most High created warriors, advocates, healers, and helpers. Low key, Godmomma is disappointed. All this spiritual shit people bump out their mouths like I am God, I am a master teacher, I can manifest all things, fuck your sky daddy, but their actions and words scream fear, paranoia, and division. I am convinced that many of you may need professional help to elevate some of those paranoid delusions. Okay? Period. We looked up to you. Low key disappointed. Master teachers, I am God. You can manifest all things. But here you are, scared, shy, insecure, worried, doubtful. No, that's women are not doubtful. Women are not insecure.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Don't do that. Don't put that on us. Don't do that. And if she's an insecure trophy ass bitch, leave her where she is. We're not waiting for Priscilla to save us. We're not.
No, absolutely not.
We're not waiting for Priscilla to save us. Yeah.
Well, we've been here for 3 hours. We love y'all. It has been fun. Hopefully, we may be able to come back this weekend, do a little weekend catch up because I really really want to get into some more of the social trend topics that have been popping off.
We got aliens.
We've got aliens, we've got UFOs. We've got a whole lot going on. Okay. And hopefully we can get a good little post-election check-in with some guests. There's been some names shouted out of people who kind of want to talk with each other on the platform post-election, check temperature, talk a little politics. So maybe we can get that happening. I don't know. You know how people be. They're fickle. Fickle beings we are. But again, yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
And I'm about to carry my black ass to bed.
Me too. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. This came from my daddy. It says, count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings and see what God has done. You got 10 fingers, 10 toes. You're blessed. Okay. If you're able to get up and use the restroom by yourself, you're blessed. You're able to drive yourself, take yourself, you're blessed. If you don't have to rely on anybody to use or move your body, you're blessed. Being able to use your physical body by yourself, you're blessed. Why are you complaining? Who gives a fuck about Trump?
And his Hollywood all-star cast.
Who gives a fuck? Use your body.
Use your body. And, close your legs. If you can't have an abortion, it's fine. Close your legs. I love y'all. We go. Good night.
Peace.